It's almost red cap.
Who wants the red cap? What happened last time?
I do, because I'm red cap. Get my notes.
You take notes?
Take notes every game.
He does. He is a prolific note taker, as is Sabrina.
Yeah.
Good for you guys.
Me, not so much.
Got notes, but they're a little disorganized.
Gonna turn your camera on, Sabs, or are you gonna stay incognito today?
No, you probably don't want to see me. I'm like in pajamas in a robe, and I'm all exhausted and blah, and I'm in the dark, and yeah.
I mean, that sounds.
Today's not my day.
That sounds very. I really want to see that personally, but.
No.
If you don't, okay, fine, whatever.
I mean, I'm.
If other people don't have to have their cameras on, then I don't have to either.
Wow.
I don't have a camera.
I was about to say, the people who don't have cameras on don't have cameras.
I don't have a camera.
Then I don't have a camera.
You fucking liar.
Plus I live in squalor, so it's, you know, this is an upstanding
Squalor.
channel.
I mean, we don't
It
get
would
to
be
see it.
perfect for play, right? I mean, it'd be thematic.
It's true.
Yeah, I made my room a complete mess because of,
It's cosplay. Room cosplay.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what my room's a mess.
All right.
Yeah.
So who's
Patch definitely has a LARP sword and a shelf of random wrestling action figures and crap.
Contract killer.
Yeah.
Those are doobies.
all right. Recap. Who's gonna recap?
Oh yeah, notes.
Red cap is red capping.
Red cap.
I'm red capping.
We went down into the sewers to fight the Jenny, and we fought the Jenny after psyching ourselves up about it. Oh, and we got help from, I can't remember her name.
Just so
Subpoena
good.
Day?
I could not understand what word you were saying for her name, even though you said it a couple times.
I mean, I
spelled
said
it
I said her
phonetically.
name.
It was like,
spelled it- I got Josephina Day because I spelled it phonetically in my notes.
Chizoba, Chizoba, Nadaye, N''Daye.
Do you want to
Well, I
Yeah,
guess?
that's basically what I said, right?
A bunch of white people are playing too. Everybody.
Excuse me.
It's not.
Man, there's
it's-
like
it's
9
not Frank.
syllables there.
Well, I got one letter wrong.
Oh, Perry.
Wow.
Well done, sir.
It was the Z.
It was, you did S instead of Z.
Yeah.
That's fine. Well done, sir. Well done. Take an extra experience point. I think. Sure, you'll catch. Yeah, seriously. Take an extra experience point. Why not?
Take it.
I tried really hard, and I just couldn't understand what you were saying.
Yeah,
can't
I know.
understand what people are saying on these mics sometimes,
That's total. That's fair. That's.
especially that.
I'm not going to penalize anybody for not knowing that, but I do think
Does
Perry
Miner
getting-
still have the
What?
Miner still have the T-Pain mic in his house?
I don't know. I don't know
You
which
should
mic
use
that
that.
is. It might be the one that I'm using. I don't know.
no. Trust me, it's not.
It makes your voice auto-tune.
Awesome.
So yeah, we got taken pity on by an operative who gave us a whole bunch of information to help us out, and tea, and went down and took out Jenny, and did not take out the shadow. Right? It was just we were
Right.
like, well, Jenny should. If we take out Jenny, it should stop the children disappearing. The shadow might be taking other things out, but
Yeah, we didn't find it. I think we just.
yeah, we didn't find it.
That's another hunter sheet entirely. So,
Then what happened after that?
Let's see. We got paid.
Oh yeah,
Alvin
someone.
Reed.
No, that
Killed him.
conspiracy. That conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
That we spent way too long trying to figure out how to kill him. We just killed him.
It just murderized his ass.
I mean, there was still a little bit of pomp and circumstance involved with that, but ultimately, yes.
Yeah, I mean, shot up anime body pillow and 12 credits worth of heroin.
All right, so cash in your hunter sheet. You have a little bit of money now, which sounds like some of you have already spent. Some of you are saving up. So if you have any expenditures or anything else you want to do for Shrek, I assume you're resupplying your drugs.
Already refilled my drugs, put some money on my LAD account, bought explosive rounds, and that was it.
Did anybody else make any significant expenditures?
I put the purchase order in for the pistol. Can't remember the name of it.
Blitzer.
No. Blitzer, yeah. So after the 2-week waiting period, I should have a hand.
Click, Reggie, you two purchase anything of note?
Nope. I think I'm saving up for armor, maybe, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Reggie?
I'm also, well, I have enough for my armor, but I wanted to save it up enough that I still had money besides the armor, or beside, you know what I'm saying. So I still have money, so I'm not buying it just yet.
Got it. Reggie's converted all of his credits to uni and has built a nest with it. This is a little
Yes.
nice little pile of sleep. Okay. All right, so it is the next day. You are all back at your respective homes. Again, now in better financial positions than you are. There was some discussions about what you were going to do beforehand, but today is the day, or not, depending. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you take a week vacation. Maybe Patch waits. Maybe Patch does nothing for the 2 weeks until they get there. They're gone. So what do you decide to do now? Do you take any time off between cashing in the Jenny sheet and pursuing your next goal, objective, whatever it is?
For Shrek would purse. I'm gonna start calling him Shreky. Anyway,
Okay.
yeah. For Shrek would want to, get to next hunter sheet as soon as possible because he didn't have enough drugs to hold him over for 2 weeks.
Yeah, Patch is all
But
back in the ground.
I imagine this is a normal text conversation we have as a squad, and he might be getting ignored like always.
Okay, so for Shrek wants to start up immediately. Does anybody else have any objections or want to wait for any particular reasons?
No, Patch wants to earn some money.
All right. Reggie? Captain? My captain? Oh, captain?
I don't care.
All right, Reg, thanks. Okay, so then you two decide to go back to the hunter sheet listing. Again, the two recommended ones there for your relative squad level and composition are Nouveau and Old Bronson.
I think Bronson would straight up murder us at this point.
No, he wouldn't
Yeah, I
murder.
wanted to.
His one of the trash cans he rigged to explode would, or he probably hacked a man-sheen, and that's his bodyguard.
Maybe we can befriend him and he can be our favorite friend.
I don't
You
think
are,
that works at Slant.
you are to talk, be my guest.
It's human, right? They take him.
I think so.
Yes, he is human.
Humans die.
There's a reason why humans outnumber all of us other races several times over.
They procreate more.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know. If you don't want to risk it, that's fine. What about the other guy?
She's an Evan, so.
Oh, her. Sorry.
Yeah. Is she an Ebon or an Ebon?
Ebonite,
Ebon?
so EBON.
Okay. Just, well, It's not super odd. Normally the more crazy individuals of our society are Ebons, not Evans. So it's weird. Um, that she went down that path.
Maybe these lads had it coming.
Well, we'd have to take the sheet before we figure that out, right?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on with our play status? Are we close to getting back, or
Is there
someone
somebody
look
we
into
can
that?
contact?
Anyone gonna talk to Funch about when to meet up so she could tail us on this job?
Could do that. But we're getting back into action, you know.
Speaking of her, did we do a background check on her at all?
No.
I thought that we tried and didn't find anything.
Couldn't find anything.
I could be wrong.
I mean,
I mean, like there were issues.
yeah, no, she's, as far as any sort of record check on Clarissa, she's a Third Eye News reporter. She started when she said that she did. Her story checks out. There hasn't been anything, she doesn't have anything subversive or anything like that on her record. You know, ultimately, Third Eye News is looking to, you know, reporters are looking to kind of get famous just like the rest of you, so, you know, they just have to use other people typically to do it.
So this would be a fine one to bring her along. I mean, it'd get us a lot of, if we solve this and don't mess it up as bad as some of our other missions, be the bonus of getting our name out there and getting her name out there. I hear, like, docu-series on serial killers are really popular. So,
I mean, I'd rather not be a serial killer, but we have to.
no, not on us. The person we're trying to kill they're a serial killer.
Yeah, that was established. I thought you wanted to make a
No, we're not going to
documentary.
become serial killers. No.
Alright.
Unless, no.
I mean, I find it a little crass, but I'm down for money. I need something.
And in a way, we're serial killers that kill serial killers, right?
Yeah.
We're Dexters.
Sure.
Hopefully, can you say like first 3 season Dexters and not last?
We're not
last
we're
3
not
season
Poindexters. We're just Dexters.
No, not. No. Yeah, the last few seasons were. Yeah.
Was Trinity season 3 or was that 5?
4.
4.
Four.
Okay, first 4 seasons.
Wasn't it? 4, I think, was 4 was the good season, and then after that it went.
It just okay. Nah. Well, I don't want to get on that fucking tangent. All right, let's continue on. Okay.
Right. We so like the internal affairs people had said that they would contact us if there was any developments. Like, we cannot contact them.
I mean, effectively, what they're waiting on is for the actual person who caused the bombing that you were set up for to be, you know, pointed out, killed, arrested,
Right.
whatever. So that is
Right.
ultimately what they're waiting on for you to come back. Is there needs to be the heat's got to come off of you and on to whoever actually did it.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
You lot want some women's underwear? I got a bulk deal, so it's a way more than I need.
For what exactly?
I don't know.
Can't argue with that.
Just say he said he got a deal. What else do you need?
Gonna flip him. He's a panty.
This one's a
We can go
fixer
after
upper.
the bomber, right? And then if we kill him, then we get to go back to work.
Aye, we need more scratch before we fund that project there, Boyle.
Well, how much do you need? Got
350.
something.
Need about
Oh, 350. Got some money.
So, about this hunter sheet.
The nouveau sheet is still available if you want to take that.
Yeah, I don't think any like small fries like us are going to take up old Bronson anytime soon.
Right. This might give us enough credits and maybe job experience that we can try to clear our name in the future. But I mean, I've got what I'm just waiting for my gun to get in the mail.
Well, I mean, we're going after one last, so, and she's an ed type like you, so it's more of a get her with her pants down than a firepower situation.
Right. But the whole firepower thing, I mean, you do know how like Ab works. Like we don't know what her exact powers are, but she doesn't need weapons or
I was about to say, I have no idea how that works. I assume you grind up small fae folk and mix it into your suits and your diet.
what I
Not
read.
even close, but yeah. No. It's complex calculations of the ebb and flow. It's really complex, but basically, yeah, complex calculations that we have to do within a few seconds, and we can basically change the state of the universe around us.
All right, more the reason to get those pants off, boys. Let's go.
Also, if her pants are a death suit, they're probably always on her and possibly could pop out of space. Yeah.
Really, this time. First Strike looks at the hunter sheet. Does it have a picture of her?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Although, solid 8 out
I
of 10.
can't.
Yeah, I know you can't read the text on it, Sabs. If anybody has trouble, I can.
Well, it's not letting me. It's not letting me click on it anymore. Like it's like just a circle spinning. It's not letting me.
Oh, then you might
It's
need
my
to.
internet or what?
Yeah, you might need to like reload roll
Shit.
20 or whatever.
What I forgot to do.
Well, I loaded the picture, but my computer can't zoom in any further.
Yeah.
I can squint and read. So she was last seen near a ruined cathedral in lower downtown. Looks like she used to be some type of professional, but
Yeah, she actually used to make death suits for Dark Lament, which is the division of Slay Industries that provides pretty much equipment for Ebons in general, whether it's their accessories, weaponry, death suits. They're the exclusive producer of death suits. Nobody else makes them. So her former name, or what she went by at that time, was Lumi. And based in, up until recently, she was a model employee, had no problems, has always expressed interest in art, and kind of used her job at Dark Lament as kind of an artistic outlet for, creating death suits and things like that until recently. There was, she disappeared, and then a series of murders started taking place, which were basically people, men always, who were effectively just twisted and transformed into sculptures that were effectively fused together with ebb-type material, left in prominent or, publicly heavily trafficked locations. And then after the third murder, the artist was floated around by the name of Nouveau. And then their work started kind of increasing. There has been 6 in total. And she has been missing or, on the run for approximately 3 months. And has just recently reappeared at a sort of cathedral space in lower downtown. Where she has a home, a studio, and apparently a fan club. Some people who have kind of taken to hanging out there, young artists, some Eben, not exclusively though. So she has kind of a little commune, essentially, that she has built up.
The goal is take her alive, higher credits.
How do we accomplish that?
Oh man.
Get in close and
Grab her butt.
yeah.
Grab the
Scoop
butt.
Sapuki.
You may have noticed I try to not let things get up in my face when we're in a fight. Makes it difficult to calculate the ebb, makes it difficult to concentrate. So get up in their face and
Grab her butt.
yeah.
All right. What about her hipsters?
I mean, I'd prefer to not, or I'd prefer to leave them alive, but if we have to fight through them.
They shouldn't be a problem.
I'd like
Yeah.
just to have a low body count for once.
Just scare them off. Civilians, right?
Yeah, there are also civilians who are kind of fans of a serial killer, so probably not the most stable people.
Okay.
Unstable. They're fucking basic.
So how do you want to go about this?
I mean, we can pose as converts if we can figure out if she's around there. Pose as fans. Get close to her and then grab her and bag her. A lot of Aneb's power comes from her death suit. So technically, catching them with their pants down might be a good get her without her death suit. But she's anything like me, she doesn't go out in public without it very often.
I mean, if I had bloody magic powers, I wouldn't either.
Not really magic; it's science.
I do have magic powers. It's drugs. Pose as converts.
Yeah, pose as fans and get up close. And...
All right.
It's not going to be that easy.
Oh no, it's never that easy. It sounds really easy when we're saying it now, but it's not going to be that easy.
If we're posing as fans, we can't wear our armor, lads. It'd be suspicious.
Oh, I can.
True.
She wears her
Whoa.
death suit. This death suit was likely made by her.
Normies.
There's a high chance that like this design is. I mean, this is an older one, so it's probably not hers. But
B.
and I mean, her
So-
work is pretty impressive if you look at it from just like an anatomical reconfiguration plus the ebb work on it is actually pretty impressive.
Oh yeah, she's fucking hilarious. Especially that one.
What happens if she gets killed? Not get
We
paid.
only get half the
You
money.
get 500 credits.
Oh,
That's 100
Man.
credits each.
so tall hoarder. conker over the head or something.
Yeah, we are very good at, taking someone alive. Points at Click. He's still alive.
Still alive?
Click.
It's true.
Ooh.
You just stay the fuck away from me, brother.
Boy.
You keep looking at me like that, we're gonna fight or fucking either way. I am too much for you.
My
you
boots
guys-
are in my hand. I was kidding. So, if we, like for Shrek said, if we're posing as fans, we're not going to be able to wear armor. Save a patch.
Aye.
We could just ask around, find out where she is, and roll up on her. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't this say where she is, or is it like that's where she was, but she's not there anymore?
that's where
That
she's been seen.
cathedral thing.
So she's been seen.
That's where her fan club hangs out.
I say we get her address and surprise her.
Supplies.
Get the recon
Well-
area and see if she's actually there.
Well, I'll get me kilt and try to look artsy.
Maybe-
Does it say what she can do with her power specifically? That's skin graft stuff.
No, not on the hunter sheet.
Can you contact what's it called and see if they have? She worked for Slay, right?
Yeah, the department contact listed on the hunter sheet is the HR department for Dark Lament.
So maybe with them.
It's not a bad idea, Redcap.
Thanks.
I was gonna say we can do that, do some research on her, but also like maybe, I don't know, make a fake account and talk with some of these teenagers. I don't know if there's like is there like a Facebook type thing in this world?
I mean, there's different
You know, talk to
communication.
people, or is that
Yeah.
like not a...
I mean, there's different forms of social media and communications and whatnot that you'd be able to potentially, try and do some gathering around on, who these people might be, or maybe somebody who's making posts or particular comments about the area. I mean, that's definitely viable.
She probably has a forum on the serial killer forum sites. Those are right.
r/serial killers. It's got her own subreddit.
I
So
wasn't
none of the
gonna...
serial killers are there. It's Reddit, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess that's what I would probably...
Okay. Okay, so we have things we want to do. Number one, contact HR for Dark Lament. Number two, start to do some streetwising and asking around about anybody who may potentially be part of the commune. Correct? Any other plans? Any other actions?
I want to buy some water purification tablets.
You want to buy some water purification tablets?
Yeah,
Okay.
on the advice of Chisoba no Dae.
Okay, that's fine. You can get a pack of them from Slay Industries for 1 credit. That'll have 5 tablets in it. Each tablet will purify 2 gallons of water.
I guess I know what I'm using all that underwear for now. Filters.
All right. So first thing, contacting Dark Lament. So they give you more information on, who was formerly known as Lumi. She did work on the production line, so she didn't specifically put together the death suits, but she would put together the material that went into them, the science friction material. So she kind of worked as with the constructing the raw materials for which they were put together, which she was paid reasonably well for. Never really had any sort of disciplinary issues or anything like that, until a few months ago when she just disappeared, didn't show up to work. People tried to locate her at her previous home. She was not there. And then they started popping up about these different sculptures that popped up, to the point where they almost kind of contained signatures similar to hers and that were similar to her style of science friction fabric construction in the Dark Lament plant that she worked in. While talking with Dark Lament and the HR people, they give you an additional incentive to say that they are very, very interested in this fusion of human and science friction tissue that she has that she's been working with, and they would very, very much like her to be returned alive so they could potentially do further research and conduct further market research on this process, which they don't know how she's doing. And then additionally, they do also emphasize that if you can find any of her artwork and recover that as well, there will be an additional bonus of credits that will be involved with that.
Okay.
All right, new plan. Who we kidnapping so we can get her to turn it into a sculpture?
You just want to turn her into a sculpture machine.
And can we cash in the artwork bonus multiple times?
There's no reason you couldn't, potentially.
I mean, we do know a district where children are easy to kidnap, apparently.
We kidnap Bomb Angel, turn her into a
No,
sculpture, cash in the sculpture and the 100 sheet on her. Double whammies.
No.
You're welcome.
She only does this to men.
Oh shit! All right, we put a wig on.
Human men.
Double shit.
Human men. Oh.
All right, we need to get a lot of testosterone.
Never mind.
Load Bomb Angel up with it. There we go. All right. Wow. Yeah. I'm sorry, everyone watching.
What?
I was apologizing to our viewers for that one.
So I wanted to make like a fake account as one of these like teenage art people.
Yep.
See if I can.
Okay, give me a computer
get any
check.
info.
First roll of the
Skill
game.
+2, right?
For your dice, yes. Number dice.
Yeah, +9.
Okay.
Seems good.
All right. So yeah, you create. You kind of find the correct art forums, and you, after doing a little bit of digging, you roll up an account, and you do find kind of a group of people who are. It seems like they're people who are actually inside the cathedral, as they've called it. They talk about different things as far as the art projects they're working on, and then they discuss Nouveau and the different things that she is doing. In doing that research, you do find out that the last 3 victims were volunteers.
Oh.
They were actually
Voluntarily.
artists who offered themselves to Nouveau as material.
Seems like a victimless
Is
crime.
That's
is there any explanation? Like, were they dying anyway or something?
Nope.
Or are they just
Perfectly
they were
healthy.
So into art that they're like, I'm gonna sacrifice myself for art.
Yep, perfectly healthy, all in their mid-20s. About, at least from the research on the pages of theirs that you find, and when you go to their pages, they all have a similar ending of like something along the lines of like, "This is the best day of my life. I am going to become immortal. I've strived for art all my life, and now I'm going to become it." Stuff like kooky shit around that. Like, all of them have that, so they were fucking jazzed about doing this. So that, and then you have some of the people in the artist group hoping and kind of debating and kind of lobbying to be the next subject.
well.
All that.
Is there anybody that like seems like they're gonna be the next one? Like, hey, I got chosen or something, or it's like people are all trying.
Nothing right now as far as the next one. And again, it's everything about Nouveau and in regards to her is secondhand. There's nothing from her directly. There is
Right.
no one has, any photos of her. There are people who have photos of the cathedral itself, and you can see it is kind of constructed like a church. In going through the photos too, since you got such a good computer roll, you can see that there are still pews set up in the building, and you can kind of see on the pews figures that are like glowing of like a bluish hue, that look like, upon studying a little more, it looks like they were probably people at one point that have just been kind of like fused permanently to these pews as part of the scenery.
It'd be hard to get those out of there if they want that. Gonna have to unfuse them from the pews.
Yeah, I'm sure we could call them in.
Could probably pull them
Or
out.
just like
I've got
use a chainsaw and just like fuse them to the floor.
It's worth the other thing worth noting in going through the groups that are there and whatnot is that people do seem very fanatically devoted to Nouveau. None of them seem like fighters in any particular way.
excellent.
So it's basically like a cult. Yeah.
More or less, yeah.
So, which
The-
one of us is pretending to be a sculpture freebie?
I don't know. There aren't really many human males on our team, are there?
Everybody stares at Click.
Forgot
I'm
about that
like,
detail already.
I mean, I'm about halfway there, aside from the bumps on me liver and like the extra testicle inside me pancreas.
Yeah, there's no way I'm passing for a human.
I'll go with it. I'll go with Click as backup. I can hide me slave blade, maybe my pistol under me kill.
And also,
Question?
yes.
Are all these followers humans?
No.
Or do I not know?
No, there's a mixture of Ebonites. They're actually probably predominantly Ebonite. There are some humans. There is one Wraithen that you see on there. But as far as the subjects being chosen as human male, it doesn't seem to be like any sort of particular like vendetta or seeking out thing. It's basically the people on these forums attribute it to a period that she is going through, essentially. Like that's her like blue period. It's their human male period. So they're all hoping that they can be the next point of inspiration for her. So even the ones who are not human male are still trying to, like, lobby to be a subject of hers.
So maybe we should all go. Maybe we shouldn't send the one human.
Well, no, you probably go by yourself completely.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely should all go. Just a matter if you guys are fine. Like, we can probably get in there. I mean, do any of us really stand out?
Yes. Some of us.
Uh,
Absolutely
yeah.
do.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you can just say you're a big fan.
Final bit of information that you get.
I mean, I could probably. Go ahead.
Final bit of information that you get. While there is no specifics in regards to the one thing that you don't find again, beyond the other stuff that was discussed, is any sort of discussion of Lament's or of Nouveau's prowess in terms of combat or anything like that. It seems like nobody isn't fighting anybody, so nobody has any reason to bring that up. The final bit of information that you get is that there is a person by the name of Chalice who has been brought up a number of times in regards to Nouveau meeting with them, but there is no other information that's really discussed beyond that.
Try to track down this Chalice and get us an in. The more information before we just go walking into that church, the better.
That's true.
Reggie, is there anything you can find?
What?
Is there anything you can find on the net about Chalice, or we could just go hit the streets and ask around? Might be a possible.
I assume what the amount of information that was given is the amount of information I've been
That
able
we
to
have.
find.
If you wanted to do a separate research on Chalice specifically, that will be a different role at a different difficulty.
Okay. I can try it. If you guys want me to try.
You got the +9.
Okay. Is that still a computer check?
Yes.
Ah, of course.
Hmm.
It's still a +9, so it's technically still a 10, but
You can use luck if you'd like to.
if I use a luck, I can just re-roll the 1.
You can reroll either the success die or all of the skill dice.
Oh, I'll re-roll the 1.
Okay. So just deduct that luck for today. So that's a 16.
Yeah.
Okay. So it is very, very difficult to find anything on anyone named Chalice, but eventually, probably after at least an hour of digging, it takes some time to find anything on him. He is very, very well guarded, but you ultimately find that Chalice is a black market dealer of ebb material, specifically glyph cards. Glyph cards were the thing that were used before death suits existed, and they allow for a rapid progression of ability in terms of ebb skills that is less stable and controlled necessarily. They are banned. They are illegal to possess, but those in possession of them would potentially have access to ebb skills and knowledge beyond their normal capability, and a wider variety of things than they may be access to necessarily of their own natural talents and skills.
Also explain how she can do something that even the industry doesn't realize how she's doing it.
And additionally, from the other successes on your rolls, you discover discussion of something called a dark flux gem, which is effectively attributed to what Nouveau is doing. And finally, the other bit of information you get that is not specifically related to Chalice, but that in kind of going through the black market circles that you find out, is that in the past number of months, Dark Knight has released a contaminated batch of white noise onto the streets.
What is that?
You wouldn't know what it is.
Okay.
Patch, do you know what it is?
What?
Patch, do you know what it is?
Isn't it a drug that helps with? It affects flux. I just can't remember what it does. I probably
Is
would.
it the same as in the old game?
Yes.
I don't know if First Shrek would know this because I don't have ranks in that specific skill. I am a frother, and drugs are like my people's culture.
That is true. The only thing that you would know about it for Shrek is that it's a drug that's exclusively available for Ebonites. Nobody else can get it. Patch, what you would know, being an Ebonite and this being your profession, is that white noise is a drug that is typically used for Ebons who are dealing with some sort of, as they advance in their abilities, they start to get very intense nightmares and dreams. Usually, previously, this was equated with the getting close is what it would be called. The process of transitioning from an Ebonite into a Neckanthrope, which nobody has done in quite some time. But Ebonites that are of an advanced skill level or in advanced, that have advanced so far in their knowledge of Eb-related skills, still experience the nightmares that are associated with that Neckanthrope transition. They just don't have an outlet for it anymore. White noise is the drug that they take to quell those nightmares, to quell that kind of that transition process that starts to take them over once they've gotten so far along.
So yeah, if there's bad batches of white noise, that's could be leading into this. If she was as good or as advanced as it would take to get this, and she got exposed to a bad batch,
Could be down near catastrophic compared to what it's cut with. Imagine you lot and Shatter are a good time.
no, and to need to take white noise, you have to be powerful, and not just in one discipline, but in multiple disciplines. Like, you can be really good at one thing, really understand that, but if you get too good at too many things, it messes with your brain. You just can't run those calculations as a regular app.
I'm about to break out the ultra violence again, aren't I?
Well, hopefully not, but
if I do have to go in that cathedral, especially in disguise, I'm gonna show up goosed.
We gotta find this Chalice guy and use him against get to target. Makes sense to me.
yeah.
We can fuck with him all we want.
I mean, he may be just useful in general. The stuff that he has access to.
I would like to
beat
get me
the shit out of him and no one will mind.
I would like to get me a botch of me shit for a 5-finger discount for once.
Problem is, we probably don't know anything about where he is, or
Not yet.
we might
But they
require some
are.
footwork and
They are meeting, so Click, buddy. Before you shoot me in the back of the head, you want to take some streets, and I take the others? You take the high road, I take the low road?
That's fine by me.
Go with you, Click.
All right,
She
buddy.
don't want me to. Set.
Let's go.
Hey, let's split up, gang.
Oh, this always ends well. Reggie, which doomed group are you going with? Reggie's like, I'm gonna sit this one out, y'all.
I don't know. I mean, I did a lot of researching. I did some stuff.
You
I
did.
could always, in the meantime, I could always contact our friend and let her know so she doesn't get mad at us for leaving her out again.
Okay, so you're gonna contact Clarissa.
Yeah,
Okay.
unless you guys want me to. I mean,
We should probably.
Oh, yeah, definitely we want her.
Nah,
She's gonna want to
nah,
cover it,
like,
but
she
also
can want this footage.
how.
She might even
Yeah.
help our story if
Hey, tell her to meet me and Click down where we're going. You can come with us.
We'll text her and give her the location we'll be at, and we'll go down there and wait for her, I guess.
All right, so Click and Redcap, where are you two going specifically?
What sector is this cathedral in?
The cathedral is located in downtown sector 6285.
Oh. I'm like, we should start near there? I don't know.
Yeah, at least the surrounding area.
I'm going to try and streetwise and talk up the junkies around the area. Something about this Chalice guy, or who has the laced stuff.
Okay.
yeah, and I might go with him just to kind of work because you wouldn't need that, but if you're with an Evan,
Yeah, it would make sense. I'm your
Yeah.
druggy
You're
friend.
my fixer.
Yeah, follow around.
So I'll be visible, but kind of hanging in the back, so that it looks like he's scouting out for someone who doesn't look like they should be there.
Okay. You're going down to the same sector, or are you?
Yeah,
just-
I'm going with for sure.
Okay.
Same sector. Yeah.
Okay. So Reggie, are you going with the group to sector 6285, or are you going somewhere else?
I was gonna
Staying home.
I was gonna escort her.
Okay.
Escort Clarissa
Okay.
down there. And fill her in. Kind of just fill her in what's going on the
Perfect.
way over or whatever. And
Okay.
kinda go.
Gotcha.
In the meantime, I'm trying to, get my way in to the teens online, catfish.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Hello, youngins.
Yes,
Okay.
I
Gotcha.
am also a teenager like you.
All right. Sounds good.
Ooh.
Okay. So, Patch and for Shrek are going from the angle of, looking through the drug users. Click Redcap. Are you targeting any specific group of people, looking for any specific type of information, anything like that?
I was going to probably just like the people that kind of live in the area.
Okay.
And I was going to try and figure out what her schedule is, like if they see her come and go.
Okay.
So we can kind of figure out when she'll be home and ask like how they treat outsiders in the cathedral. Like, can anybody just go in, or are there people that'll?
Got it. Okay.
I
Okay.
am keeping from dying.
Yeah. Yep.
So, Click and Red, you're just going into Slay operatives, asking around. You're not like undercover or any shit like that.
Well, I had an idea that we either say we're like art collectors, or I mean, we could go in as the sleigh operative angle, and
Or an art collector, and I'm your bodyguard.
yeah, we could do that. I mean, worst comes to worst, we could tell the truth and sugarcoat it for her, I guess. I think it might be possible to take her alive, but we'll see.
So I mean, as far as though asking for the information specifically, are you doing it as operatives, or are you doing it as whatever cover you're planning on using for Nouveau?
I don't know.
I think we could be believable as interested in,
Art collectors.
Yeah,
especially neophrons are interested in stuff, learning new
we're
things.
technically wealthy in a way compared to the people in Sector 6 of downtown.
That's true.
So.
Sure, let's go that angle. So we're art collectors, and we've heard whispers and murmurations of something new going on down here.
That could be a pretty hot commodity if you're. I feel like rich people would buy like skin grafted fucking people.
Yeah.
Put them on like the mantle.
Could. Oh, it'll look lovely in the dining room.
Yeah, pretty much. It already happens.
Okay, well, I'm cool with that.
I guess, should be unarmored then. Does that? I guess I don't know how that's gonna go down. So
Well,
carrying my pistol and not my armor.
I do want to like reinforce or just remind that just because you're wearing armor does not necessarily immediately paint you as a sleigh operative. Okay. Number one, body blocker is shiver level armor, like shivers wear it. But also number two, if you are a prop, a bodyguard, somebody who is associated with physical activity, like you can buy it. Like it is not reserved for operatives. It is available to purchase from the public or by the public specifically. And higher level weaponry isn't technically unless you're an operative, but like there's so much fucking black market shit floating around that it's feasible that somebody who is not a sleigh operative could have your level of armor and your level of weaponry.
Well, I'm gonna leave the chain axe at home for now.
Okay.
Then bring.
As for my little outing with Patch, I'm gonna go geared up, except I'm gonna be wearing Switchblade's armor instead of mine.
Oh boy.
Because I imagine it was graffitied a little bit, and I'm going to attempt to look as sketchy as possible.
For Shrek,
so I'll just put on.
I don't know if you remember the state with which Switchblade's armor was in that Switchblade was effectively poured out of it.
Yeah. So, yeah, the armor is still good. It just needs to be washed off.
Yeah. So number one, that shit would take more than a day. Number two,
one a day.
No, this is the day after you've cashed in the Gen EVPN.
Okay, I don't have Switchblade.
I mean,
you're fine.
You could, but oh my god, there's going to be some consequences that are involved with that.
Okay, well, just
consequences.
Okay, so I have his armor boiling at my apartment for now.
Yeah, you've got it sitting in a tub. Is that what you bought the pure? That's what you need the purification tablets for. That's what.
No. I'm using dirty ass city water, and it's just boiling in a big pot.
Oh man, it
works. We sell some shit. I'll clean that shit for you.
Just put some patchouli oil on it.
All right.
Okay. I have my armor on. I mean, I look dirty and local as it is.
Right. You're like I said. Your armor would not. You don't have any fucking sponsorships fucking painted on you or anything like that. You asking around would be still reasonable. Especially again if there's an Evan behind you, like your story can kind of potentially match up. or you just don't tell people necessarily why you're looking for Chalice. You just say that you are, and depending on how well you roll, people don't ask questions. So we're going to start off with Click and Redcap first. So you're just kind of talking to general like patron civilians in the downtown sector in 6285.
That.
Yeah, I'm not like knocking on any doors or anything, but if somebody walks by, I'll be like, "Hey, you know anything about the art scene around here?"
Okay, so the first thing that you all notice once you get there, when the respective times that you do, is that while this place still is a shithole, being a lower downtown district, it is certainly a more brightly colored shithole. Like there is graffiti of decent quality, not just like tags for street gangs and things like that. There are different things. Things are painted in different colors. It looks like there's like either a lot of beginners just kind of getting their feet wet or people who are experimenting with things. But like there is a quite literal coat of paint on this section of downtown. So for whatever reason, whether it's Nouveau's influence of this or the other way around, the district's influence on Nouveau, or that's the reason that Nouveau chose it. There is it looks like somewhat of a heavy art culture here in general. So you kind of just ask people around. You head into bars. You just kind of hang out with people on the street or whatever. So give me a streetwise check. See what you pull up.
Yeah. Ah.
Can you use your luck?
How fast does luck come back?
Once a session. So at the end of the session, you get all your luck back.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my luck.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'll re-roll that one.
Lucky stuff.
Boom.
Okay, so you get a +6 on the roll.
Yeah.
That's your bonus. All right. All right. So yeah, that's with now using the luck, that is a pretty good success. All right. So when asking around, you get a good bit of info about the cathedral. Again, it's really the most prominent and interesting thing that is kind of happening in this area. So everyone is pretty well aware of it. Some people think it's stupid, like hippy dippy artsy bullshit. Other people think it's, nice. Most opinions kind of fall somewhere in the middle. But ultimately, the cathedral, once people leave to go there, they tend to stay there. So, it's like, again, kind of basically just kind of turns to a commune. There is approximately 6 people there currently, not including Nouveau, that you can kind of get information about, or at least that you can get confirmation of. The people that go there, again, you kind of just don't hear much from them, once they come out. As far as the acceptance of new people, again, no one's really particularly sure, because once you go in, you just kind of seemingly stay there. There has not been any particular acts of violence that have been circulated around the cathedral. No one's tried to rob it, probably because word has gotten around that Nouveau is a pretty fucking powerful Evan, and she would wreck the shit out of any like low-level fucking gang thug who would try and like rob the place or like do whatever. Basically, you're either into it or you stay away from it, and there hasn't been a lot of in between. Is there any other information you're looking for?
I'm not sure. Redcap, can you think of anything?
Yeah, how much can we buy?
Her pieces are not for sale, and if you try to buy them, she'll be extremely offended.
Ooh.
Has she seen the wealth of my employer?
It's basically implied in the conversations you have that Nouveau is a very is very passionate and steadfast in the belief that, you know, her art is for everybody. Art should not be bought and sold as a commodity, and anybody who makes or who attempts to come to her with an offer will be rebuffed. Some have been threatened, but it has not come to blows. But she has absolutely no interest in selling anything she is doing. This is purely for her own artistic merit.
So that's why she left Dark Lament, presumably.
I kind of explained, like, well, what if maybe she wants to showcase it, like, put on a show uptown or something.
The belief, again, based off of the streetwise that you know that you've done when the role, which is pretty good, is that Nouveau, she picks her own spots. And one of the victims was found in Uptown. So she has the ability to get people in and out. Again, because she is a former SLA employee, she's still, even if she doesn't have official clearances at this point, although she is still a member and employee of Dark Lament, again, probably coupled with the fact that they want to capitalize on what she's doing. They haven't actually fired her. So she still technically has passage in and out of Uptown, downtown, whatever. So she is pretty confident in the fact that, you know, she'll put her shit where she wants, and there's not really going to be anybody that's going to stop her.
Okay. Alright, I'm just trying to think of ways to get access to her. That.
Mm-hmm. I mean, ultimately, they say if you want to try and buy something from her, you can fucking try. Don't know how that's going to go.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess after a while, we'll just get in touch with the rest of the squad and see.
Okay. So Reggie will go over with you. So you end up meeting up with Clarissa, and you make the trip to downtown together. You're talking along the way, and Clarissa's like, so this is a former SLA employee who went rogue and started making human sculptures?
Sounds like it. Pretty creepy, huh?
She nods. She's like, it'll be a good story if SLA doesn't scrub everything out of it. They're pretty quiet about Dark Lament employees. But then again, it's also a story that'll play really well on TV. So, I mean, we'll take the shots and we'll see where it goes. But, I mean, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I just not sure the best way to approach it.
She kind of like sits herself and thinks for it. She's like, well, I mean, they want her back alive, so you can restrain her, you can trick her, you can beat her to within an inch of her life, but keep her alive. So the patch,
Yeah.
the patch is decent with that, right? So maybe you could do that. Do we know how tough she is?
No, that was something I couldn't really find in my research. There wasn't really much mentioned. I mean, obviously she must be powerful. We know that she was. I tell her about the chalice thing.
Mm-hmm.
About the Dark Knight, or the
White noise.
glyph cards and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, she you mentioned it to her.
Glyph cards.
She kind of like laughs a little bit. She's like, yeah, that shit's way over my head, and that's definitely stuff we probably shouldn't be publishing.
No, no, no. I wouldn't say publish that. I'm just saying. Oh, she probably has more abilities than she should if she's BFFs with someone who's dealing glyph card.
It's like I wonder why. I mean, if she had abilities, I wonder why she didn't become an op.
I think that her entire motivation is artistic in nature. She wanted those abilities to do her art. I mean, that's what I gather from people online.
Almost be admirable if she wasn't, killing people.
I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is like if she wanted power, money, whatever, she'd be selling her artwork.
She's not selling her
She'd be
stuff.
doing different things. From what I've seen. And some of these people apparently agreed to be a part of this.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't know much about ebb stuff, so I don't know if that's like an influence thing or like they legit were interested in it. I mean, not something I'd ever. I guess I've heard of weirder things happening.
Well, I mean, I guess if you're living in lower downtown, maybe that's as good a life as any. As a statue versus punching the clock down there. It's like, all right.
They
down by the river.
have immortality that way. And there's like people fighting to be the next one. So I don't know. That might be our best bet is like pretending, trying to get in, but it's a little sketchy.
All right. Well,
about the creepy pews with the people stuck to them. Like, so creepy.
She starts to kind of do like her own looking up of like other stuff that's been credited to Nouveau, and she's like, oh my fucking god. She like turns her phone over to you, and you can see like the first one that she had was like a human body that was kind of stretched out in the shape of like a harp, and then strings ran through it, with like the kind of like ornamental part being the head at the top, and her the torso was just kind of stretched and molded, and fused with science friction material to make an instrument. The other statues and installations are not any more pleasant. Bodies are really twisted into very, very grotesque shapes. Clarissa's like, it says here that the third guy they found was alive when they found him. Jesus Christ. Didn't last long, but I guess there was a couple other copycat killers that came up too, but those were pretty quickly disattributed to her. She's kind of like tapping through her phone as she's looking up. You figure she probably has reasonable skills in computer as well.
Yeah, it's all wicked creepy.
I'm
not into it. But I figured it'll make a good story.
It's like, it's pretty sensational for sure. She's like, thanks for the lead, Reg. Okay, so we'll move over to Patchin' for Shrek. So who's hitting the beat here, trying to find Chalice?
I've got Streetwise, unless yours is higher patch.
No, I figure if we're trying to look for going through the white noise route, you'd probably be better at that.
Do I have a bonus to drugs being a frother?
Bonus to drugs? No. The Streetwise roll is going to be the difficulty is going to be based off of your knowledge in the situation. So Give me a regular street rise roll, and then we'll see where you go from there.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a luck to reroll that 3.
Everyone's lucking it up.
Must be nice.
I don't have luck either.
Nope.
Okay, so success dies an 11, and another 11, a 9, and an 11.
Okay.
Wait,
So, the fact that you're poking around for white noise specifically, and you're not bringing up Chalice's name. Is that correct?
not right away, no.
Okay. Okay. So in asking around, you do, based on knowing who to look for, you ask your drug dealing links if there's any sort of connection to it. The people you talk to direct you to somebody, but they direct you to somebody by the name of Cellar, Cellar. That's a double entendre, kids.
Cellar.
I don't. Double entendre.
That's it. So let's go visit Cellar.
No, let's
Work our way
go,
up the chain.
go see Cellar in the cellar.
Okay, so you get directed to a tattoo shop, where there's some people that are hanging out. You get brought down to the basement, and you see somebody who is it's a waster who's in Ebon. They have kind of darker hair. Their eyes are more inset. Very distinct. You may not really notice the difference too much for Shrek. Patch, it's pretty clear and obvious to you. And he's wearing a black death suit. And he kind of he leans back against the wall. He's like, so I hear you're asking around for noise.
Not really looking for noise, but we figured noise could Chalice.
He his eyes kind of narrow, and he's like, you probably shouldn't even know that fucking name, let alone want to meet him. What do you need him for?
Power. Why else would anyone be looking for him? I hear he's got access to stuff that you can't get just anywhere.
Do you have any ranks in persuasion, Patchy Patch?
Nope. But I am pretty.
You are pretty.
I have interrogate, so we have pre-cop and meth cop.
Sure.
Pretty combat.
So his looks just gives you +1 to persuasion.
It just gives me like one skill die, or not skill. One, die success, not the main one. The other one.
Any ranks in seduction?
Nope.
No. Let me see.
I'm not social at all. That's why I always someone who's good with social, but I'm still willing to.
Yeah, it's tough to say. It's tough to get. I'm trying to think of a reason for Shrek could kind of like interject on this, but this really is kind of out of his wheelhouse at this point. Well, all right. Give me the persuasion check.
And one, so 9 plus
Charisma.
Charisma is 1. So
9 plus charisma is
best,
1.
but-
Oh, so your charisma is 1. Okay.
Yeah, my charisma is 1.
So he looks. So you get that and a skill die success because of the looks. He kind of pauses and sizes you up. You notice him paying particular attention to your death suit. In the fact that you have one, number one, and it's of a higher, like it's a medium death suit. He kind of like, taps his finger against his lips, like, well, so you're looking for a meeting with him?
If you can arrange that.
200 uni.
Let's see. For Shrek, do you have any uni? I'll pay it back in creds.
So you say creds, and the guy's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. He's like, you're fucking slops.
First strike faded.
Yeah, we're bottom of the level, and we want to move up fast.
Okay, at that point, just for Shrek is just gonna slyly close the door behind us. Okay.
All right. So you're trying to continue to sell the lie that
Yeah.
All right. This is going to require a separate persuasion check.
Yep. 6.
Okay. Yeah. So you tripped up and you tried to save it. But he's not buying it. He's like, fucking forget it, man. I ain't giving you shit.
I would like to roll and interrogate and possibly, chop this guy in the throat or pop one of his ears so he can't use Zeb.
Okay. Are you gonna attack him first, or are you going to interrogate him?
I would like to roll a hand-to-hand combat to pop one of his eardrums, so make it very hard to concentrate on using magic.
Okay. Give me he's pretty caught off guard by all of this, so I don't think there's initiative needed at this point. So, just give me the unarmed combat check. Jesus. Wait,
Well,
that is too many fucking dice. Do you have 4 in unarmed combat?
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
I was about to say, that is way too many goddamn dice.
Okay, hold on. Let me re-roll that.
Okay.
Okay, more realistic.
Sure, yes.
Yeah, so that's like a 14,
Okay.
13, 10. Yeah.
Plus 6 is the bonus then. Alright, yeah, he gets to kind of scramble to kind of get up, or you don't know if he's trying to attack you, if he's trying to run away. You don't give him the opportunity to do whatever he's trying to do. You go to try and get up, and for Shrek, you just wham! You cap him on the side of the head and you pin him in the chair. He's not gonna. The other people in the tattoo shop just kind of clear out at this point because they realize that you're operatives, and they're not,
All right. Now, me mate is working on a big project. We would very much like your assistance with this. Now, I'm gonna ask nicely. But before I do that, I would like to show you something. I pull out my sleigh blade.
Mm-hmm.
I invested a good 10 credits in a laser sharpener. Nah. This thing makes shaving sharp look like a goddamn spoon. Now, I would like to ask nicely. Can you get us a meeting with Chalice Lad?
Give me your interrogate check.
Okay, I have +5 bonus. I'm gonna use my other luck because this is important. And fuck me in combat.
Do you want to re-roll the dice, or do you want to use it to just give a +1?
I'll re-roll the success dice. I mean,
Okay.
2 skill successes seems pretty comfy.
Well, I'm just saying, you instead of re-rolling the success die, you can just spend 1 luck to give it a +1. If you're worried about rolling a less than 4, or you can spend multiple if you have extra luck left. You can spend luck to increase a die roll by +1 as opposed to re-rolling it.
And 10's the success number.
10 is the success difficulty for. Actually, I think as far as luck goes, I think you actually get to know that whether or not this would be that's a failure. So it would be a failure. The difficulty would be complex based on your interrogation and your kind of setup. So a +1 would get you to 10, which would be what would be needed.
I'll just do the +1.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So he kind of like really tries to like get as far away from that blade that you're holding up to him as possible, and he kind of like keeps his hand up to you. All right. Okay. I'll reach out to him. I'll see what I can do. Usually, if I send someone his way, he sets up something within a couple of hours.
Good.
Pleasure doing business.
He kind of just closes his eyes.
Forget my
And
face.
Okay, I hold his eyes and face open so he can look Patch in the eye.
And I just say, forget my face, and walk.
All right.
Circular.
Okay. Yeah, and then you shove him back into the chair. You leave the tattoo parlor, and then you go back to the surface.
As soon as we leave the tattoo, I'm like, I fucked up. God damn, I'm so sorry.
You don't bring up the credits, lad.
I forget that you poors use like different currency.
He's friends.
Yeah. All right, well, we're all rookies, so we all make rookie mistakes.
Also, I haven't hit up one of those exchange machines since I spent all of it last.
Yeah, I imagine we'll get a chance to rob someone at some point during this little caper, so just grab their unis then.
All right. So after you leave the tattoo parlor, you meet back up with you all kind of reconvene. I don't know if you do it in person, if you do it through phone or text messages, but you have the chance to kind of meet back up and discuss what your the updates of what's happened for each of you respectively.
So we should have a meeting set up with Chalice, but of course.
Sweet.
All right. Unfortunately, we didn't find
What's your
much of
plan with
anything.
that?
See what information we can get on our target. I want to know she's powerful. I want to know what to expect. If she's rearranging matter and binding living people into inorganic matter and combining it with science fiction, that's nothing I have heard of. I want to know how she's doing it and how powerful she is, because if we walk in there, we don't know how long this takes. She could turn you into I don't know, a statue in minutes. Like, it takes me a few seconds to throw a heal at you guys.
So, how do you plan on getting the information from Chalice? How do you know you're not just going to walk into a trap where a bunch of thugs aren't going to shoot you?
I'll just bring my own group of thugs.
I guess that's one way to do it.
Ooh, that's me. I'm a thug.
I mean, we made a point to know that Patch means business, so
It was actually
I think
cool.
Well, all right.
What'd you guys find?
We unfortunately didn't find much of anything. We asked about her schedule. Nobody really knows. Nobody sees her come and go. There's a handful of people in the cathedral currently working on whatever they're working on, but people don't really seem to actively fear her. But they know that if you're not into her art, you should stay away.
So we'll just pretend to be into her art.
Also, she doesn't sell her art. And if you try to buy it, she'll burn your advances. Put it nicely.
Yeah, she's mad over that or something. I don't know. It seems pretty cool. She
So-
could probably sell it.
If we want to do this without a fight, we're gonna have to find out something she wants. But I don't know.
Maybe Chalice will have something she wants, or know of
Possible.
something she wants.
She wants volunteers for her experiments. Maybe.
So we just wait for a word from your new friend.
I mean, it's the best we've got.
All right.
I've got to take a quick break. Continue to talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Said Paul's.
Tell her we're gonna take her in unless she plays ball. Then maybe we can cut a deal with the event people and it'll be okay. Go back to doing what she does for reals instead of hiding out. Didn't seem
Yeah.
like they wanted to harm her at all, right?
Right, but she might be one of those people who, if her art's not for sale, she probably doesn't want to be working for a big corporation making things for them.
I want one of those seize the mass of production types, or however they say it.
I don't think she could have it both ways at this point. She's got to make it obvious that she can't.
If
That's where the thugs come in, right?
Yeah, if we do get in there, and if that does turn to violence, I really don't want to harm any of the cult members. So try scaring them off before actually decapitating them.
I'll take ears. Isn't there something about an artist and taking off one of their ears anyway?
It makes them worse
On
artists.
another
I think.
planet, probably thousands of years ago.
Also, we'll probably have to lie our way in, but if we can get close to her, I mean, try to talk her into coming in peacefully, but with our luck, it might turn into a fight. So, just be
Well, I
prepared.
figured I already know one
Maybe
way.
she's not gonna defend herself.
So as
I don't.
as the group of you are having your conversations and discussing your next plan, after probably took you a little while to reconvene, and share the information with each other, you have somebody walks up to you from the street who's kind of wearing like a leather jacket, like jeans, looks well, neither of which look fairly new or in good condition, but they come to you and notify you that Chalice is waiting at the tattoo parlor.
Let's go.
Great.
What's our plan before we go in there?
Yeah, that's a good
No.
question.
Like, who's
Uh,
gonna talk? How are we gonna?
He knows we're looking for him. He, depending on what Seller said, he either knows or thinks we're just looking for power. So try to get a read on them to figure out which way the wind's blowing. What Seller told them, if he's playing nice or not. Either way, we steer the conversation into wanting to know what our target's power is and if there's anything that she wants that we can get for her.
Probably shouldn't squeeze inside the tattoo shop with all of us. I'm guessing maybe just you and a bodyguard.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It might be weird if, like,
Yeah.
there's 6 of us all
Right.
stuffing in there.
You lads can be across the street.
Yeah. Just stay in contact.
Anyone want to use me? Anyone want to use Bessie?
I'm good.
Yeah, you know how to handle a rifle there, Birdman?
Are you talking to me? Do I know how to work?
Handle a rifle.
No. I'm not. No. I have a sword. And a small gun.
Me
That's
too.
all
You don't have to limit yourself to one way. You can go all ways.
Hold on, I think some dogs are being slaughtered next door.
Alright.
That's a weird departure.
That's normal. That's normal.
Bring me back some meat, lad.
Okay.
Alright, am I the bodyguard in this scenario? Is that what's happening?
Sorry about that. I fucking hate my neighbors.
Okay.
I mean, if you wanna be, he already knows. I run the
Yeah.
pack.
Yeah, he knows the two of us. So if you're, but just be close enough that if you crack some heads, you can rush in there and crack some heads.
Okay.
Alright, I can do that.
Okay. So you two are going back to the tattoo shop?
Yep.
Okay.
Code word is red
Yeah.
cap. If we say red cap, that means come in and crack some.
I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna stab myself in the neck and give myself that sweet brush.
Okay. So you jam yourself up. You two go into the parlor.
Yep.
All right. So you go back in, and it's pretty similar to the way it was last time, except an additional person sitting in one of the chairs, not getting any work done, but just sitting there, is a very beautiful woman who has long, flowing dark hair. She's wearing like a blue dress, but underneath the dress, you can see down the arms and up the neck a death suit of her own. And she leans back. Cellar is kind of sitting off to her right. And
I wink.
Chalice is playing with some sort of little trinket or something that was on the counter of the tattoo parlor, like a little like bobblehead of like Halloween Jack that was there or whatever. And she looks up and she says, and she kind of looks over to Cellar and she's like, "So I assume these are my buyers?" Cellar kind of like, yeah, that's them. She kind of like opens her hands with a welcoming gesture. She's like, "Let's talk business."
So I know you got powerful stuff. I just don't know exactly what powerful stuff you got. But I'm trying to advance in my career, and you got the stuff I need.
It's like, well, you're gonna have to be a little bit more specific than that, darling. I'm gonna need to know what you're looking for exactly.
I want powerful cards.
It's like, can you read that shit?
Hope I can get pretty good with the ebb, and I'm trying to think of any spells that I can do easily. That would show off. Not really. All my shit's healing based. I can calculate the ebb. I'm trying to, and I hear glyph cards are a good way to get more powerful.
Give me a persuasion check. So +5.
No, 5 is my score. I'm in.
Your first roll was a 10.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay. Sorry, I was looking at the roll. Then yeah, 11 total.
Okay. She kind of leans back in the chair a bit, kind of reclines back. She's like, "Listen, darling, my cards all go to Nouveau. So, I mean, if you're looking for some, you're gonna have to get in line because she's my number one buyer. And if you're looking for that shit, there is a waiting list. It's not stuff that pops up not stuff that pops up every day."
What type of fields are they in? I mostly do heal right now, which I'm not sure if there's many glyph cards for heal, but I dabble in blast and I dabble in protect.
She's like, well, if we're being honest, I don't fucking know. I can't read those things. But from what I know of Nouveau, she's pretty hot in blue thermal. She's pretty hot in awareness. So I'm guessing there's some stuff along that. But heal probably wouldn't come up too much. I don't think that there was a lot of cards made for that. It was usually more destructive things are the ones that circulate around now.
Yeah, the only heal ones I could think of would be People Back, and takes a really special type of Avondale want that. The glyph cards tend to be more for, like you said, destruction.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I don't want to edge in on your market, but any chance Nouveau might sell me any?
Says, Nouveau is pretty anti-money. So if you want to get them from her, then you better have something for her besides that.
Is there anything that she wants?
She laughs and kind of swivels in her chair a little bit. She lets out a sigh. She's like, I don't think that it's yes, but nothing that I think you can give her.
I don't know. I got some pretty decent connections.
She says, it's like, oh, I don't think connections are gonna be what you would need to get her what she wants. This is not something you can buy off the fucking street.
Is it something I can take off the fucking street?
It's just like, if that was the case, Nouveau would have taken it. She says,
Is it a goal?
she kind of looks up to you. She kind of like leans and she's like, just say goal. I'm sorry, the accent's really fucking annoying.
I'm told a lot. A goal, an ambition.
She smiles. She's like, matter of fact, yes, that would be the case. She's kind of amused, that you were the one who kind of sussed that out. So, continue talking for Shrek.
Well, she doesn't like money. She doesn't sell. So what's the last one about?
Chalice kind of leans back in her chair a little bit, and she's like, "Well, you figured out the goal part. Let's see how smart you are. What do you think it is?"
Well, good thing I took me vitamins. Well, I suspect she's either. I suspect she's got some utopian ideals, Or she's working on something big, something beyond art, a breakthrough.
She kind of like mulls your responses back and forth. She's like, well, it is a breakthrough, but I wouldn't say that it's beyond art. I would say it's the pinnacle. She grins. She's kind of enjoying this game of like feeding you things and seeing how you can interpret them.
Is she trying to ascend?
She's like, in a way. In a way.
That takes a lot of power, and that
She's like, no, not that kind. Not that kind. Keep thinking, little girl.
Is she going to try to change her own body?
Getting warmer.
Make a new body.
Colder.
I'm trying to remember the lore of that. What is it? She trying to turn into what are they? Momics?
No.
No. Okay.
Jesus, no.
That'd be fucked.
She kind of like leans, the reclining of the tattoo chair kind of pops back up fully upright, and she leans forward. And her tone shifts a little bit more, like she kind of wants you out of there now at this point. She's like, she is trying to become her final and most interesting piece.
Oh.
So unless you have a way of helping her do that, you're probably not going to get those cards.
Well, I appreciate everything you told me. If you do ever come across some cards, let Seller know. He can reach out to me.
Says, all right, I will.
Something tells me there might be some on the market soon, and I leave.
May I just say, that is a fine dress, lass. You have a lovely day.
She says, you as well.
Once we get out of there, get back to the group. Well, the bitch is fucking crazy.
Most serial killers are.
She wants to turn herself into art.
Didn't you guys say Chalice was a him?
I think he's talking about Novo.
Huh? No.
No,
We didn't know what
no.
Chalice was. I should have used
Should use
the code name.
pronouns. It's like what? 4075? Come on.
So we know what she wants, but we also know she's at a power way above what I was expecting.
Some over 9,000 shit.
Yeah. So be cautious. We might be able to go in and see if she needs help. That might be our in. See what she needs.
Okay. I guess we're gonna have to talk to the artists then in the cathedral. They'll probably know more.
That whole place is gonna smell like patchouli.
Cool. So we're kidnapping one of them.
I mean,
We can just walk in and talk to him.
Just knock on
She
the
seems like she's welcoming newcomers, and we know her goal is to ascend. I mean, we could see what she needs and grab her.
I can kidnap, so. Just saying.
So,
Pat,
main goal is to get close to her. Once we get close to her, we have to be careful, but we need to.
painkillers or Novocaine in your doctor box?
Sadly, no. I need to get some knockout drugs.
Yeah.
All mine are mostly for healing.
How much do those cost?
We don't need healing drugs. We need go to sleep drugs.
How much do those cost?
It's not a matter of cost; it's a matter of getting them.
We do have a drug dealer right across the street.
Yeah, but I don't think they'd have access to medical grade knockout drugs. And the last time you bought like a whole bunch of heroin, you just ended up throwing it all over the place. So.
I had to make it look like, a botched robbery. But heroin might be a good idea.
I'll go get them. I don't care. Just come back. That's what we need to knock her out.
Trying to remember if there actually is any knockout drugs, and if we probably wouldn't even be able to get that down here, or would we?
I mean, you'd have to do some. I mean, it'd probably require another streetwise roll because you're acquiring it for black market purposes. And you also know that as a medical specialist, knockout drugs usually vary pretty widely from what is the dosage needed to knock out a person. Also, what is the dosage to not kill said person? Mm-hmm. Usually requires some. There's a reason it's its own profession, or its own medical field. So, even if you were to get something, there is nothing to say, number one, that it would be effective, or number two, that it wouldn't kill whoever you were trying to administer it to.
Yeah, I say our best bet's trying to... Our best bet's probably trying to see what she wants, see if we can talk her into turning herself in, and if not, subduing her as quick as possible the old-fashioned. Because if we try to use drugs on her, knocks her out, that's I'm good, but I'm not good enough to bring back from the dead.
Well, I mean, don't give her that much.
Why would she turn herself in? I mean, how could we even convince her?
I don't know, you're pretty good at talking people into doing stuff. I thought maybe.
That's your job. You figure that out.
Just promise her what she wants when she turns herself in. That's how that works, right? Just tell them what they want and then handcuff them. That's how it works on TV.
I mean, I don't know. My other thought was that how do you actually turn someone in alive? I mean, would we get people from that department to meet us somewhere and lure her to that place so then she's there? How do you actually?
Just have
do we have to
capture
pack
her and
her
have someone
body
pick her up.
somewhere? How does that work?
Capture her and then they pick her up. Think, right? I mean, you want her.
I don't know.
That seems like the easy part.
Yeah, you're probably right. The hard part's going to be getting an audience with her.
Well, we know where she is, and we know what she wants. So you pretend that we have what she we have.
But she
we
wants,
don't-
doesn't she want to be one of her art pieces, and we don't have the ability to make her into an art piece, right? Or is that, or am I wrong about what is going on?
I mean, she might need the help of a very
You just say we have what she needs to do her thing.
to assist her. We could say we have a glyph card.
But I'm sure that would
She's been.
entice her. It's not a bad idea,
Yeah.
actually. So what's your story? We have a glyph card. We can help you do what you want. What do we want out of it?
Money.
She doesn't-
This whole goal is to just get her into a place where we can grab her,
Oh,
take her out. I mean,
well, if that's the plan, I don't think we'll have too much of a problem. Well, I guess we should take the first step and head down to the cathedral. Right?
yeah, and we'll just tell her we have some really powerful gravity folding glyphs, or a really powerful gravity or reality folding glyph, because that seems like the type of thing that she's gonna need.
Okay.
I'm gonna pop out my hard green and ultraviolence.
You okay? So this is your second dose of UV. Did you do your addiction roll the last time around?
I had a hard green.
Oh, that's right. Oh, so you're doing hard green and UV. So you're doing that again this time.
My piss must be a work of art in itself.
Okay. What's the addiction?
Yeah.
What's the addiction rating for hard green?
I don't think it has one. It's like experimental,
Oh.
Yeah.
or it's like an absurdly high number. It's one of those.
Okay, let me see if I can.
It's like every 20. Yeah, it's like every 26 doses.
Oh, addiction rating
Hard
currently
green unknown. Yeah.
currently unknown. Currently unknown. Currently unknown. Okay, well, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah. I'm just giving you all this rope for me to hang myself with. Into this. Thought you were all in on it. Okay.
All right.
So I'm gonna pop.
I mean, I've been talking to, like, you know, some of the people online and stuff. Maybe I can even just ask them. You know, if we got something she wants, how do we get an audience with her?
Yeah.
Okay. So are you gonna try and do that first, or are you gonna go to the cathedral, or?
I can try to do that first.
Yeah. Ask first.
So asking around, it seems like Nuvo just kind of shows up at the cathedral at her own whims. And if she's there, she's there. If she's not, she's not. You have to wait till she's there. But she doesn't tell anybody where she comes and goes. She just, she just shows up, leaves.
Okay.
So there's really not a way to arrange a meeting with her. It's just you operate on her clock, essentially.
That sounds like very artsy. There's a bad artist stereotype there.
So yeah. Best bet's just to go down there and hope she shows up.
Maybe us showing up will get her attention.
Oh yeah, probably. 5 people showing up. Especially if we start saying we think we've got something that would interest her for sale. Or barter.
We found the answer to Our Lady's quest.
There you go.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
All right. So you head over to the cathedral.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Y'all head on over. So you head on over to the cathedral, and I mean, it's just what it sounds like it is. It looks like it was some sort of formal cathedral church. It's not huge, but decent sized. As you walk up, you can kind of see that there's, the building, the foundation of the building, the walls of the building are kind of crumbling. There's like some holes in there, and you see kind of people mulling around inside even before you approach. But once you get in, and everybody's going, all 5 of you. Okay.
Yeah.
Armed.
All right, so you're walking in there with guns?
I bring my pistol and conceal it.
Yes, the pistol is what they'd be worried about when the stormer comes walking in.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
I mean, we have a stormer with us. We'll. I don't know. Is there a way I can make myself look like some wacko who thinks he's an Arthurian knight?
I mean, if you had like old metal armor, you could probably, bang it into there, or do a really good paint job on your existing armor. But so the lot of you walk in, as I assume that was still the plan, and you see a group of people hanging around. You also see in 9 of the pews, there have been bodies that have been fused. Off in the corner, there's another human, looks like a sculpture. Like, she's definitely done more work than has been discovered or released out to the public. These almost kind of look like practice, essentially. Like, there's different styles of it. People fuse to these in different ways. A couple look like they're just kind of sitting loose, and they were just kind of, like, frozen into position. All of them have some sort of merging with science friction material that is protruding from their bodies in various ways. Some look like they're, like they've been impaled by like a rod. Others, their head is missing and replaced with kind of like a glowing sculpture almost. And you see a couple people just kind of walking around, chatting, talking. You see kind of art supplies strewn throughout. The walls are covered with paints, murals of all different types. And then standing at the altar, you do see Nouveau there. She is working on something on the wall. It looks like she's trying to paint like an outline of what looks like kind of like a large bird sort of figure. That's about 10 feet tall. And goes about 8 feet wide, so taller than it is wide. She's up on a ladder right now working on it. She sees you walk in. You notice again she is just wearing the death suit. Has no clothing on over it. Her death suit is extremely ornate. It is purple. It is fairly bulky. But it is just the designs and swirls that run through it are extravagant to the point of which you have not seen before, Patch, specifically. None of the others of you would have any sort of frame of reference. And
I am going to...
Yeah.
I would like to get on my knees and just full Muslim bow.
Okay, so you're totally still selling it. As you do that, she kind of like turns and looks at the group of you, and her eyes flash, the death suit flashes and fades multiple times. The first time, it doesn't look like anything different seems to happen. The second time, the suit kind of like looks like it almost kind of flexes and constricts. The coloring looks a lot duller now, and the kind of glowing designs look like they're covered up in some sort of way. And then the third time, you notice the temperature of this place significantly drop. to the point where you can see your breath very clearly. And after she does those 3 things in very rapid succession, like boom, 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 she kind of turns and she's like, yes? And everybody just kind of stops and just turns to look at you.
Well, Batch, I think this is your show.
I'm not the talking one, fine. Nouveau, I've heard so much about your work. I wanted to see it for myself with my own eyes.
She kind of gestures around and she says, well, here it is. So what's your interest?
I think we've heard a lot about what the end goal is to create the most beautiful piece of art of your life. We would like to try to help.
And how would you like to do that? She's still standing at like the top of the ladder, like just lording over you almost. It kind of feels like, even from that far away.
So I start walking up closer to her, and I'm like, we've heard you've been buying glyph cards to be able to do all this.
You get to about here, and then she's like, that's far enough. Does anybody else follow Patch Up, or do you stay back?
Stay back for now.
Okay.
Yeah, probably stand back.
Okay.
This is just gonna be Rauka all over again, isn't it?
I challenge you to a duel.
Well, no challenger.
I mean, as soon as he challenges, as soon as like violence happens, I'm ready to yeet myself at her. But, yeah.
She tilts her head and kind of looks at you, and she's like, and what would a neophyte like you know about what I'm looking for? And then she kind of just like rattles off. She's like, you're a reasonably proficient healer and you can protect yourself. You have very low skill in blue thermal, but that's it.
It's something I've come across. Something not quite legal. Glyph cards, high level.
Where'd you find it?
Reality folding. If I told you, then you would just cut me out of the deal.
Where is it?
In a safe spot.
Got it.
Do you say that, Redcap?
Yes.
She's like, no, you
She
don't.
can't take it from me.
You fucking what, mate?
She dismisses that immediately. She's like, no, you don't.
I don't.
And then, but that does kind of change her, like, not necessarily changes her demeanor, but she kind of like pauses and kind of looks the lot of you kind of over again. And doesn't say anything. It's like, so how much do you want for it?
$10,000.
You say that, right, Cap?
Yeah, because I have it.
You don't have it.
Yeah, but-
so Red Cap
but
says
I
it from the
do
back.
At least say credits.
Oh, that got in trouble last time.
You were there.
Does anybody else say anything, or do they let Red Cap's offer of 10,000 unis stand?
I don't really know how much these things go for.
Mhm.
More than that.
I
More
don't
than
wanna-
100
lot.
credits.
My mouth,
Or 1,000 credits.
I'm going to crawl on Redcap's back like a goblin and just put my hands over his mouth.
Like, shrug him off. I'm like, what the hell?
I think the honor of being a part of it is worth it.
She kind of she smiles at your comment. She's like, well, it certainly would be, and I would give you absolutely everything that I had if you had such a card. But I don't know if you do. Why
Fine,
should
I'll
I
show it
believe
to
you?
Everyone's like looking at me like, shut up.
What,
Basically.
what are the reasons we have to come other than our love for your artwork?
The
and
hunter
wanting
sheet
to be
that's
a
out
part of
on me.
something bigger and better than ourselves.
She just kind of cuts you off. She's like, the hunter sheet that's out on me. As everybody just stands in awkward silence.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
How, what's my distance away from her again?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 meters.
Yeah,
I'd say,
even
look, if she's gonna be weird about this, then no fucking deal. And I start walking towards the door.
I follow him out with my glyph card. Finally, someone makes some sense.
smiley burger cannon.
It's a receipt from my last meal.
All right, that's a decent move. Click. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Oy.
Plus, not good.
Plus, not good. Do you, any luck, anything like that?
No luck.
right.
Actually, I don't know if I'm gonna have.
He doesn't need luck.
Or if you've got any feats or anything like rating points you want to spend on or anything like that.
I'm gonna take a look right now.
Okay.
If I can find the page, here we go. Well,
Well,
I could do Charming Smile, but that only adds 2, so I don't. We don't have.
Charming Smile only adds what 2 to the roll for persuasion. That's like a very low fucking power feat.
Yeah. It only costs 1 point though, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's still not a great exchange. I mean, I guess if it's the... I mean, what was the roll? What was your bonus to that? For your persuasion, Perry?
It was a 4.
Okay, so 7, yeah, that wouldn't do it.
No luck.
Yeah.
Use that. Knowledge, concentration. No, it doesn't look like there's. I mean, I could use Moment of Inspiration, but I don't want to abuse that, you know.
I mean, it's hefty. How many points in brain do you... Or was that a brain one or bravado?
That's a brain one.
How many
I
points in brain do you have left?
I have 3.
Jesus. Oh, that's right, because that was the other character. Or no, that was for Shrek that did that. I mean, Yeah, I don't know if how much that would necessarily help you in this particular situation. I mean, you can if you want to. I mean, it'll be beneficial for you if you want to use it for that. It is up to you.
Yeah, why not? From the points.
Okay. So as you kind of say that and bug out, she is not convinced. She just kind of says like, that's probably best for everyone. But then you start to think back and, the thought pops into your head like, what like you're kind of like just like you're stepping between here and the door and you're just kind of trying to run through all the scenarios as far as like fuck, like what is going to be the decent lie to tell here, like what will she believe, what will happen, and you were like, got it off a Chalice, stole it, killed him, whatever, but got it off a Chalice.
Yeah, okay. Said, well, I took it.
Well, so you say like, fuck this, I'm out. Like, so you got to kind of play off of that. So.
Oh, right. Shit. Okay, so I say, wasn't even worth killing Chalice for it. I'd say that 2 red cap as I'm walking out.
She's like, what
Yeah,
she's
probably
like,
doesn't even have any money.
she's like, wait, what'd you say?
I'm already around the corner. I'm trying to lure her like down off of her ladder.
Yeah, all right. I mean, so she comes down off the ladder. She starts making her way. She's like, wait, you said you got that? You said you killed Chalice for that? She kind of starts walking. She looks at you, Pash, because you're the closest person.
And I kind of like look at him like,
Why would you say that?
But yeah, like kind of like you kind of let it slip, like you messed up kind of look.
Dude.
Yeah.
So, as you're walking out and you round the corner, she like looks to her left and she yells out towards like the opening over here. She's like, "Don't let him leave!" And as you come out to the corner, Click, there's like a fucking 18-year-old girl there who just kind of reaches out and grabs you.
But I'm following him too, by the way. So
Okay, that's fine. She still does it.
I say, do you really want to have done that?
It's like, I do what Nouveau tells me to do.
I grab her by the arm.
Okay.
And I say, "Get off of him now!"
I mean, you very, very easily throw her away.
Don't try to harm her. I just grab.
Yeah,
her.
I know you shove her back. It's fine. But I mean, you even with like a light throw up, like you completely like put her on her ass.
I'm still being bodyguard guy.
Yeah,
at this point.
that's fine. It's like, she's like, listen, let's talk, and she calls out as she kind of like goes here. Like she'll go like right by Pash.
Now, we would like to help you, but we do want a price, and my friend doesn't understand that we want credits or whatever they're called. What are they called?
Uni.
Well, Uni is the street, credits are Slay.
Yeah. So,
do you stay outside, Click, or do you?
Yeah, we're going back in.
All right.
yeah. So we don't want credits. We don't want uni, but you are one of the best. Or from what I've heard, you've designed some amazing death suits. Mine is kind of beaten to shit, and I point to like the literal patch on there. I'm like, yours when we walked in was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen.
So like when Nouveau like looks at yours, she kind of like, it's like she just saw like a dead rat or something. Just like,
yeah.
Ugh.
Mine was secondhand.
It's like, so you want me to make you a custom death suit
Yeah.
for the glyph?
Yeah.
She's like, wait, why would Patch hold out on me? Anybody can interject on this if they want to.
You mean Glyph or
Chalice.
Yes, sorry. Why would Chalice
Not
hold
code
out?
names. We're good. We're good.
Everybody's got a fucking nickname around here. Jesus Christ. Yes, why would Chalice hold out on me?
So I'll pipe up and I'll be like, I know you don't like money, but Chalice does, and we've got it.
That is a good response. Give me another persuasion.
That's a little better.
Mm-hmm. So is that +6 you said? Or
Plus 4.
+4? Alright. She says, Patch, when she gets closer to you, you see, like, when she gets up close, that she is, like, based on your kind of medical knowledge, she looks extremely sleep deprived. Like, her facial features kind of sag a bit, like, her eyes are less dim than they would, like, they're kind of, like, sunken in. She looks a little more, like, tense and strung than you could really kind of tell from far away. Like, she is not, totally with it, totally together. So, you kind of make that observation once it gets close enough. And then she's like, it's like, so she kind of pauses and just kind of reflects back on, like, meetings with, like, Chalice and whatnot. And it's like, they knew that was the one thing I needed. And she's kind of, like, mulling it over. And then she, like, just kind of snaps to you, Patch. She's like, fine, I'll do it. I need a day.
Okay, shake on it.
Yeah. So she puts out her hand for a handshake, doesn't think anything about it.
I cast Absorb Flux.
Okay.
Oh!
So how does that work?
Sneaky bastard.
It's a skill roll. It would take 2 of her flux and give it to me.
Is that any
DC 12.
sort of opposition for that?
No, I just have to make the FR 12.
Okay.
It's called Getting Got, is what it's called.
Yeah.
That absorbs 2 flux, right?
Yeah, it's just 2, but it might give us. So protect. My protect is 3. Fuck. All unite plus protect 8 total bonus. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So it'll pass, and all of them will pass. So I actually don't expend any flux. So I just grab her flux. I don't get any flux.
Okay. So she loses 2 flux as a result
Yeah.
of that. So yeah, you do that to her. Your suit kind of lights up, and like your suit lights up, her suit lights up, and then you kind of feel that transference of power, but it just kind of like woof, like kind of just evaporates in the air. And
I picture it like all kind of my suit kind of flares up because her powers.
Yeah.
But it just dissipates because it can't go anywhere.
And her head kind of just tilts to the side, and she's like, "Oh, that was a mistake." And her suit lights up, and let's see. So this is the thing she'll do before we kind of hit into combat, because you weren't 100% sure if this would drain her completely, like do whatever, and you didn't coordinate it beforehand. Like, this is the signal where we all fucking jump on her ass. This was just completely on the fly. Which, still a good plan. But let's see. So she is going to let's see. So as she kind of keeps like the handshake with you, she holds on to your hand, and her eyes light up, and As she does, that's the last thing you see. You go blind.
Okay.
So yeah, like you grab it, you feel it kind of go from her, but then like I said, she kind of just like oh, that was a mistake, and woof, like it's like your vision goes out, but she did have to spend a flux to do that. So, let me pull up her sheet. So now at this point, we will do initiative. What the shit? Oh, I missed on the archives. Oh, that's why. Oops. There we go. There we go. I'm just marking her flux. So. Okay.
I guess that's 14 for me.
Oh, we gotta clear that out. Okay.
Just like clicking shit like an idiot here.
Gotta remove these. Gotta add a nouveau. Gotta add actually all of you. So
Okay.
add turn. Add turn. All right. So what did everybody else get here?
10.
All right. So for Shrek's to 17. Okay.
Yeah.
17. Patch, you said you had a 10.
Yep.
Red cap.
14.
14. Click.
8.
8. Reggie.
12.
Reggie 12 for Reggie. Okay. Okay. So click. You're going. So the announcing order is going to be click, Patch, Reggie, red cap for Shrek, and then Patch. Okay. Or then Nouveau. God dang, I keep fucking doing that. It's because you have the same goddamn habit. Or you have, like, Ebenson. They all look the same to me. Alright. So, Click, what are you doing?
Ooh, jeez. Well, I don't want to shoot her. Boy.
I do.
I think. I'm gonna try and clear the people out of here. So like, I guess I'm gonna move up and like start shoving them. Be like, get the fuck out of here now.
Buzz off! Okay. Patch.
I'm going. Well, one, I'm flipping the hell out and yelling that I can't see. But it's probably not going to work. But as long as I've still got hold of her hand, I'm going to try to absorb flux again.
Okay. What's the concentration to do that, or what's the?
It's FR12.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as like if you're like hampered or anything like that.
Let me see how blind or whatever affects that.
So firing blind is -1 to all dice.
Yeah.
Trying to see if there's any other rules for
Yeah, I'm
blind.
trying to see if there's anything that affects the.
Suffer stunned, for a blinding flash, for blast, but that's not really what happened here. And also, so I mean, all right. So that's what you're planning on doing. Draining Flux. We'll get to it
Yeah.
because it may not be irrelevant.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Reggie.
I don't know. I'll just do like a leadership role or something.
Okay.
I'm not gonna attack her.
Okay. Redcap.
I am going to shoot her with the pistol.
Okay.
Because she doesn't have to be unharmed.
Okay. For Shrek. What are your two actions under your UV?
Yeah, on Rush. I'm on a cocktail. But anyway,
Yeah.
I'm going. My actual initiative roll is going to go to me. Just running at her at my full speed and tackling her.
Okay.
And then my rush action is going to be to put her in like a rear naked choke.
All right. So you're gonna try and hold her down. All right.
Yeah, you can't do math. You can't do math if you can't breathe.
Mhm.
She can't do advanced math if she can't count on her fingers to do it.
Unfortunately, she can do her
You are
advanced.
Angel.
So unfortunately, she can do her advanced math if she can do it before all of you go, and she got you on initiative. So she is going to take a couple steps back away from Patch. Boop, boop. And she shows as Patch as your eyes kind of flash out. You kind of go to try and hold on to her, but she just kind of shoves you away. Takes a couple steps back and lifts her hands up, and she is going to attempt to use advanced blue thermal, which let's see. So let's just see if she does it first. Which her bonus for that. Let's see. Okay. And she does not have any luck to spend. Wow. I think y'all might have got very lucky there. Let me see.
She needs 15 flux and she has only 13.
No. She has the flux, but her roll is no bueno.
Oh!
What was that?
Sorry, Perry.
Let me just run down here. I mean, it was still mighty good, so she might have still got there, but I don't think so. Oop. Where are we at here? Come on. Have abilities. Been looking at it all day. Now I can't find them.
I may have to employ the number one rule of SLA Industries in this combat.
What is that? Oh, got it.
Shoot the hostage.
Yeah, advanced cold manipulation. Yeah. So she tries to manipulate the ebb. You see a kind of swirl of cold air kind of form around her, but it doesn't go off. She looks at her hands and she screams in frustration. That's her action for Shrek. So you're gonna try and rush. I don't believe you'll be able to charge her because she.
Hold on.
Yes.
Hold on.
Uh-huh.
I would like to use a physical rating point to go really, really fast.
Okay, so which one is that?
Impossible feat, bro.
Impossible feat.
Okay, and could you read off what that does?
Damn it, I'll pull it up in a second.
Okay. Okay, never mind. I got it here. So this is 2 ratings points. When faced with a physical situation that would otherwise be seemingly impossible, the character experiences a sudden rush of adrenaline, allowing for incredible feats. Using this feat allows characters to character jump gap between rooftops, smash the wall, avoid a speeding vehicle. This feat should only be used to remove the character from serious danger, such as when outrunning a pack of carrion or creating an escape for their squad. So, I think that would be acceptable to use in this situation if you have the 2 ratings points for it.
Yes, I do, sir.
Okay. What's your rushing speed? It's just in general. I know it's more than this, and you'll get to move more. But 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right. So you're gonna run, and you're just gonna try and like tackle her, essentially.
I'm airborne, and I am aiming myself at her.
Okay. Let me see grappling, if we got rules on this or not.
I hope there's a flow chart like in Pathfinder.
No, I don't think it'll be that bad.
SLA Industries doesn't expect its operatives to be used as projectiles.
Let's see, combat defense, holding,
Fastball
hold.
special.
Hit the arm, hit the leg. Let's see.
The leg, Johnny.
Immobile. So, immobile condition here.
Yeah, I'm trying to make both of us immobile because I just want to like land on top of her.
So give me the attack roll. So unarmed combat. I'm gonna say you're gonna need, say, for skill die successes, because you're trying to specifically restrain a person. We're gonna call that 2 skill die successes you're gonna need. The equivalent like hitting an arm. What's the bonus on that?
+7. So I got 15 on the success die, a natural 10, and a 3 + 7.
Okay. So you succeed. So you fly at her, you tackle her. You are both considered immobile right now.
I'm going to try and as a free action to
That doesn't happen until the end of the round.
Oh, I just wanted to say something.
Oh, okay.
For
Sorry.
flavor.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
For flavor, I'm just I lick her face to mess with her concentration.
Okay, that's fine. All right. Red Cap, are you still gonna try and shoot?
No.
Okay. Are you gonna do?
I'm gonna move.
Okay.
I can move my
Closing speed.
3, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'll move up 3.
Okay. Reggie, if you want to give your leadership role, go ahead.
Are the other people doing anything, or are they just kind of watching?
They at this point, it looks like they're trying to get up, to like make motions towards like potentially doing something to the lot of you, but they haven't had the chance to do that yet. They're trying. You do get the sense that they are going to trying to defend Nouveau, though.
Well, because my other thought was like an oratory role to tell the people to kind of stand down.
Okay. If you want to do that instead.
They don't need to be harmed in the fray or that kind of thing.
Okay. Go ahead and give me that.
It's +6, so it's a 10.
Okay. So you try and like yell at them to like get them to leave. You kind of like wave your gun in their direction. You get a couple of them to run off. So this guy kind of fucks off. this guy kind of fucks off. So, patch.
Yeah, I'm just yelling that I can't see, and
Okay.
'cause my original thing was trying to
Yeah.
do that,
Yep.
not going off. So
Yep.
yeah,
Click. You were
It's
trying
like
to.
John Cena. It's crazy.
You were trying to like shuffle people out of there. Click.
Yeah.
All right. Well, like I said, if you want to give a similar oratory roll like Reggie did, there's no one really within your grasp right now. So, or if you wanted to do like a single person, then that would be like intimidate or persuasion or whatever you're using.
Oh, I don't have intimidate either. Persuasion is probably better because I actually have that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll single somebody out and be like, wave my gun and be like, get the fuck out of here.
All right. Give me a persuasion check.
Please leave.
Ah!
Says,
I drop it.
The woman you're waving the gun at is like, you will not stop art from happening. So the other people that are here kind of move up on you, but they don't fucking do very much. Like, they're just kind of getting in the way. They're not even really actively working to restrain you or anything like that. I'll get changing. Get this guy. He's sitting down. So like, this guy kind of gets in your face, Reggie, and whatever. Like, it's distracting, but it's not like really hampering you in any significant way. And then for Shrek, you. So what were you planning on doing with your second one?
Just grappling her, like
Okay, so
maybe
you're-
get my arm around her neck and like choke her out.
Okay, I mean that's gonna. So that's gonna be more of. So
We'll see what happens.
So here's what we can do. Either you can, keep her held in the immobile position that she's in, or you can try and like actively like harm her. But in the event that you do not succeed, she will be able to break free.
I will just continue to pin her down and be as annoying and distracting as possible.
Okay.
I will begin to sing Danny Boy, the pipes and pipes are calling right in her ear.
Okay. For any other actions other than those sorts of.
Okay, so so I got a 15 on my success die. And what's the number I need to make for a skill die success?
It's 10. This 10's the same.
3 skill die successes.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So you're just holding her place. You keep her where she is. All right. So the top of the rounds. Click. What are you doing?
Oh jeez. Let's see. What can I?
Oh, jeez.
Oh jeez. I'm not gonna shoot into a melee. I guess I'm just gonna try to get position. Actually, no. I'm gonna move over towards Reggie and try to help him subdue this artist here.
Okay. Okay, so you're gonna do that. Patch.
So I, as a player, know it's not going to do anything, but Patch is going to try to heal themselves.
All right. Reggie.
I don't know. I'll probably just continue to try to get these other people out of here, so there's less
Okay.
potential for extra
Okay.
damage to people.
Okay. Red cap.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move 6 and push that guy in front of me out of my way.
Okay.
Get up to her.
Okay.
Kind of yeet that guy away as I move.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to move up to the scene here.
Okay.
To
Got it. For Shrek.
Vo.
Do I have her secure enough to begin wet willying her?
I mean, you're using your arms to hold her down, so I mean, unless you can like actually just stick your tongue in her ear.
I'm going to do that.
No.
This is getting really uncomfortable, guys.
I don't like it.
Is there not like an option to just try to knock her out, or you should
It's
just
not-
gonna keep doing weird, creepy things to her?
Wait a minute. No, I'm using both my arms. I'm just gonna start headbutting her.
So, because you're both immobile, the way immobile reads is that if you're immobile, the only actions you can take are ones that will try and remove you from being immobile. So, if you're locked up with her, so if you want to try and hit her, fine. But first of all, also too, it should be noted that her death suit is now over her head, and is of considerable strength. So you can try and hit her, but it is going to, number one, probably going to be hard to do the damage to her that will actually get through her death suit protection. And thing two, you're risking her being able to break away because of that.
Oh, okay. I'm a keeper held, I guess.
Okay. Nouveau is gonna try and break free. Which
Yeah.
well, let's see. I mean, the best way for her to do that. So there isn't really a lot of grappling rules in Slay. So I think what it's just going to ultimately come down to is going to come down to an opposed strength check. So for Shrek, just roll a d10, add your strength.
Whoopee.
Actually, it's probably going to be your strength versus her dex, I would say. Although, I mean, ultimately it would have worked out the same. You hold her in place. So she tries to get free. She's very, very agitated. But you hold her in place. And there's nothing she can do. So you're just working to try and keep her immobile. Shrek?
Yeah. Redcap, get over here. Start kicking.
Okay. So Redcap, you rush over to her. Knock that person out of the way. Reggie, give me your oratory roll.
Wise man once said, "Healed will yeet you to death."
Good.
Damn.
Well, that's
Everybody get out!
All right, yeah.
No need for extra casualties here.
All right, yeah. So this lady got bumped over by Redcap. Haul his ass out of here. You get everybody else. This guy runs out through the side wall over here. So, yeah, you get everybody else.
Kool-Aid man through the wall.
There was a hole in the wall over here, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
He's like,
My oratory was so great that I made a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
nice.
So Patch, you go to try and heal yourself.
Yeah.
And yeah, it doesn't work. I mean, you're still, you're still blind. Click, if you want to take an auxiliary action or whatever, you can. Click.
Oh.
If there's
Sorry.
anything else you want to do in lieu of getting other people out, you could do that.
Do we?
Well, the only other option at this point is shoot my gun, and I don't know about that. I guess I'll move up and see if I can be of assistance.
All right. So you're moving your closing speed.
Yeah,
Just
which is
2. Okay. All right. Next round. Click.
Next.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep moving up, I think, and see if I can maybe get a good shot with my pistol.
You're gonna rush. You're gonna close.
Just close.
And you're gonna look to potentially take a shot.
Yeah, just trying to get
Okay.
hope.
Patch.
Yeah. So I still don't really know what's going on. To be listening, waiting for anyone to like try to touch me,
Okay.
to knock their hand away, because I'm assuming people were coming towards me.
Gotcha. Reggie.
I guess I'll do my leadership now.
Okay.
That everybody is finally gone.
Okay. Redcap.
I am going to assist for Shrek in getting her down, kind of drain her. If I can, if there's something around to like a piece of canvas or like a piece of cloth or I don't know what the fuck is around, I guess. I can try to like put over her head or something to do that. Otherwise, I'm just gonna grab an arm.
Okay. For Shrek, just gonna try and continue to hold her immobile.
Continue to hold her immobile. I mean, if big guy can get both her arms, I'll keep both her legs. But
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Nouveau with her initiative is gonna try and slip out. So
Quick question.
yes.
When I watch Patch do magic, does he use arms and legs? Arms, not legs. They're like hand motions to that, or
They don't.
It's just mental.
Yeah, they don't need to like gesture. It's not a somatic
it's not okay.
thing.
All right, then all right. I can't try to prevent that then.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like I imagine it's hard to do algebra while you're wrestling.
Yeah.
So.
That is true. No, you're definitely keeping her distracted. So, for Shrek, give me the opposed strength roll. All right.
And 11.
All right. You hold her in place. So, Shrek, you're holding her down. Radcap, you assist. That was really her last realistic chance to be able to get out from underneath the two of you. She could try and wiggle away from one. She can't get away from the both of you. So the group, you render her held. She tries to fight out eventually. Maybe tries a last gasp thing of draining out the rest of her flux, and then she's out and she's done. And after a while of kind of like wrestling her and holding her down, she just kind of like passes out, and gets held into position. Patch, after about a minute, your sight comes back.
I was hoping it wasn't the ring. I was like, I could play that character. I just would not be useful at all.
I mean, a blind mage is amazing. What are you talking about? Start using blast, son.
After the
I was reading like, technically, I just need to be within range. I don't need to see that.
After the longest minute of your goddamn life, your sight comes back. Yeah, you see stuff kind of fade back in, and you see like everybody, like Redcap and for Shrek, just kind of like dogpiled on top of Nouveau. Reggie and Click just kind of like there, kind of just for support, backup. And after like a bit of kicking and thrashing and screaming, like she just kind of just passes out from like frustration, anger, exhaustion, exertion, from still the residuals of having flux drained off of her.
I just give her the old John Fitch. Just lay on her for 25 minutes.
Someone called Dark Knight.
This is taking me back to my ASD days where we had to hold down the tantruming kid.
All right, so you call in the report to Dark Lament.
Yeah.
All right, so you call in. They send some shivers to the scene at first, who go in there, see the things, and like, fuck this, and then they leave immediately.
I'm like, what are you gonna do? Give us your handcuff.
The shivers, I mean, they were sent there first by Dark Lament.
Yeah.
Like they were just like first response. Eventually after.
Oh yeah, we're surrounded by a bunch of twisted dead body artwork.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So after a little bit, a couple people in death suits walk in, full covered over. like looking like they're kind of like ready for like a fight or what have you. And then they kind of take a look around. Like one kind of just glibly says to the other, "It's like, you think we're in the right place?" And then they both kind of walk up, and then they're like, "You have her?"
I point to
Pile of bodies.
Aye, we have her.
This is just a decoy.
They nod. They're like, "All right, good job." They kind of like take her from you, finish draining her off the rest of the way. If she, from whatever flux they felt she had left, and then she's still kind of like limp, just really kind of spent. And then like as one is kind of like carrying away, one of them is kind of like bigger, like built, kind of like almost like a bodybuilder sort of build. You can't necessarily tell if that's just their death suit, or there's probably, Patch, you can identify there's like some enhance going on there in terms of the strength of them. They kind of pick up Nouveau, restrain her. The other one
Or
kind
they
of
carry her away.
basically,
Like,
yeah.
Patch, you gonna get your death suit back or what?
No, death suits don't work that way, homie.
So sweet.
So they then the other one calls in, and they're like, all right, we're gonna need some backup in here to clear this place out, but there's some good material here. He kind of like glances over the pews and the sculptures and whatnot, as the other one kind of carries her off, he turns around and kind of looks at the group of you, and he's like, good job. You'll get the full reward for the sheet, and you'll get a decent bonus for what we've got here. So, says, we'll call it in.
Okay, it's good enough for me.
can I get your name?
Yeah. Name would be nice.
Revenant.
So melodramatic.
It's goddamn goth kids.
Well, I guess we're done here.
Yeah, that went very well.
Sorry. I didn't-
Oh shit! You're gonna have to spill heroin all over the place.
All right. So they leave you just kind of standing here. So, depending on what you lot decide to do.
I'd like to get out of Sector 6.
I'd like to look around for some glyph cards.
Oh.
That's a good contraband.
Time to work the room, guys.
Sure. So, as you leave, or as they leave, and if you decide to take a look through, you kind of go through the place, and you do see like a sizable collection of glyph cards, particularly in heal, senses, awareness, enhance, protect, and blue thermal. And they're considerable. Again, like Patch, you really like. If some time, if you had some time with them, you could definitely like interpret them, utilize them, but it's like, it almost feels like you're kind of holding like a fucking grenade in your hand.
Yeah.
That's
I'm totally on the fence about like, do I take these or not? Because if I get caught with them, I'm fucked.
Is there an award? Is there a reward for turning shit like that in?
Or we're selling the chalice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we can sell them back to Chalice.
Sell them the chalice and don't let me be there. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Oh, yeah.
Yay!
Actually, I got a better idea. Yeah. I know. Yeah. I'd gather them up and see if we can get another, like, go back to Cellar and just say, I've got something Chalice wants.
So you are grabbing them and leaving?
Yeah.
Okay. Just so we are totally clear. You
Oh
again,
shit! I know about Red Cap eye thing. God damn it.
well, okay, and also too, as part of your training, they may not necessarily know, but you would know that this shit is way fucking illegal, and if you were to find it, you as an operative, then you are under strict orders to turn it into Dark Lament. So
And I guess I'll be good in.
I mean, you
Dark
can
Lament.
do it.
Actually, no. Actually, that actually worked. I'm gonna call in Dark Lament and tell him
There you
Okay.
go.
I mean,
Didn't, but only if we get to go
Maybe
back
it'll
on
give
the
us more-
on the BPNs. Good deal.
more money.
all right, so you know,
call Revenant. Hey, come on.
Yeah,
You didn't
so-
check this place.
after they leave, a couple like a squad of Dark Lament people come in, like 4 or 5, to kind of collect these samples to go through the place. So at that point, you would turn the cards over to them, and they would nod. They'd be like, "All right, thanks for this." And then they say, "We've got it from here. You can head out. We'll tear this place apart."
Okay.
Okay.
Dokey.
That's squad. Rauka, put Rauka.
All right. So you head back. Was that Reg?
Did Clarissa get footage?
Yeah, I mean, again, you with all of the kind of chaos that was going on, you didn't really like stuff kind of went downhill in a hurry, but Clarissa was at the back and filming, so she was able to get the footage. Although as you were going through, and you walk out, as you walk back, you do see her talking to one of the Dark Lament operatives who's like, "We're going to need to review that footage before you submit it into Third Eye. I hope you understand." She's, Clarissa says like, "Yeah, I kind of figured." He nods, and she, like, hands her camera over to him.
I mean, there's not much going on there. It's like, a little bit of talking, some flashes, and then cuddling and yelling.
And then a bunch of wrestling on the ground. Yeah.
Oh,
This
this,
lady watch wrestling.
Kumite grandma.
this MMA fight is so
And-
boring.
Me yelling at people to leave.
Get out! Get out! And Click throwing his gun on the floor. All right. So yeah, you guys mop everything up. Clarissa deals with Dark Lament. And whatever.
With the right music, it could be a comedy story.
This thing would be hilarious as a silent film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. So you guys exit the scene. You head back. You cash in your hunter sheet for the live return of Nouveau, plus the plus all of the sculptures that have come in. You receive 2,000 credits for the squad.
Nice.
Yay!
Nice.
400 apiece.
Law on it.
Yeah.
Remember, that prompts me to look in the book. Let's see here.
Reggie, if you do any sort of follow up within like the artist, like media forums or whatever, they are furious and upset and heartbroken that Nouveau has been arrested, yeah. But also along the same
Well, under
lines.
my fake name, I joined them in being sad. My fake account
Sure.
is Ralph Boner.
Elf Boner.
Also.
That's from, you call it? I just watched that.
WandaVision, yeah.
Oh, okay. Also, in going through that, the theoretical price of Nouveau's sculptures immediately starts to fucking skyrocket, with potential collectors offering tens of thousands of credits for one
God
of the
damn it.
pieces.
What a total. Booty.
Yeah, but if we got caught selling one, we'd probably get in trouble for that.
Well,
Oh yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Um,
Well,
and again, this is just effectively people kind of speculating, saying what they'd sell. You don't know if they're serious, and also it's probably the claims are because none of them exist out in the open world anymore. So that's kind of all through that. So, and I guess an interesting follow up, assuming that people would, like you'd be interested in following up on the case or whatever. Following a significant detox, Nouveau, aka Lumi, returns to work at Dark Lament, where she continues to work on death suits, specifically. Though the details of the work and how it relates to her previous work in the art world is heavily denoticed. You just notice, or you just receive notification that she was that was attributed to the contaminated white noise was the result, and that she's too valuable to Slay Industries to arrest or exterminate.
You know what I bet they're doing? Death suits for humans.
How?
I don't know.
Don't you? I thought the death doesn't the. What's the death suit fucking do? Like, why do your kind have to wear those to have your powers?
Well, we used to just use glyph cards for everything. This kind of makes it easier. It channels the flux through us. That's why everything lights up, and the flux helps control the ebb, that just goes on and on and on.
For Shrek, you stop paying attention because you're still fucking rushed and UV'd up, and everything just becomes kind of trumpet noises for you.
Yeah. At one point, I go squirrel and run after a dropped backpack that one of the artists probably dropped, and it's full of like sketches and nothing valuable.
All right. So you all make it back to Uptown, cash in your hunter sheet, get your bonus, distribute out. You Reggie, you put in the paperwork for it to be sectioned out correctly, and that's it. Game over. Go home.
Did not realize armor
Right.
costs more than $1,200. I'm sad now.
Yeah, it's fucking expensive. Yeah. So, well, yeah.
So what are we looking at for next week then, everybody? Well, first of all, we'll do experience. Everybody take 2 XP. Patch, take the 3rd.
I was gonna go patch too.
Because that was pretty clutch. And that fight could have gone a lot worse if she didn't have another 2 flux to deal with, and or didn't freeze 50% or better solid where you stood, which is what was going to happen if that roll went off. Anyone with a strength of 4 or less was rendered completely immobile.
Oh, damn.
And yeah,
Haha! Drugs!
yeah, you
That's
two.
bad still, though.
Yeah, you two would have been alright, but then she would have been left to deal with the 2 of you, which you would have still got her, I think, but it would have been a way more violent fight. Although she probably would have popped one of you with the blindness too. Like, she would probably you're blind, and then just took her chances with the other one. Yeah, she would have been a real fucking problem if that had gone off. So
It's one of the first times we kind of stuck to a plan, sort of.
Yeah.
I tried to stay in character and derail the plan, but no one wanted to help me.
despite your best efforts.
I never understood what the plan was, so I was like,
Just
I don't even know.
basically just
what we're
subdue her
trying
so
to
she couldn't
do.
blast us.
I think this has been our best mission, considering, we didn't even waste ammo. Like, shit.
It's all profit here. No armor damage, no ammo wasted.
So what's the plan for the RRPR's next mission?
Is everyone comfortable with trying to get back to I'm gonna try another sheet.
I mean,
You
like,
cut out their patch.
Oh, is everyone comfortable with like trying to clear our game or try to get more experience and gear before then?
I want to get
Well.
my life back.
Gear is good, but yeah, I kind of would like to get back into the BPN game.
the BPN game, because it's either like another round of sheets or
Yeah.
we go big or go home with Bronson and I'll fucking die.
I don't know if that's a good idea. I mean,
I would like to not. I would like to not be killed by a naked Tom Hardy.
You liar.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I could probably save most of my credits and contribute to whatever we gotta do to hunt this bastard down.
Are you talking about the bomb guy? Like doing more research into that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like maybe if we can spend some money and get do some deeper research.
I was gonna ask you, is there like okay, I know in the old game you got paid like monthly. Is that still a thing or no?
For the credit chip?
Well, that and just being an operative, I think you.
No, you don't get. I mean, I don't believe there's a monthly salary for being out, but you still get your 250 credits a month for the finance chip.
Oh, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Has it been a month?
Has it been a?
It's been a couple.
I'm gonna say at least it's been I would say it's not been 2 months, but it's been a month, based on the
I'm glad I asked.
timing and
'cause now
whatnot. I would probably done it at bookkeeping at the start of the next session, but if you want to take it now and do it then that's fine.
Like loaded. Guys.
I'll double check on that operative stipend, but I don't think that's a thing anymore. I think you're just you get paid off VPNs or sheets or whatever the fuck you do.
Okay,
Ain't no
because I know
freelance.
that wasn't. But
I'll double check. Like I
games
said,
never lasted a month, so we never fucking did that. People died too fast, or it didn't matter that much. I think money is more. It seems like more important in this game, or harder to get.
well, I think that there's just certain equipment that's tougher to like. Stuff is more expensive here.
Because the other game you ran, I just started with hard armor, the PV10.
Well, hard armor was cheaper back then.
Yeah. And it was PV10 was crazy.
Yeah. Hard armor was just cheaper back then. I'm pretty sure. So.
All armor was cheaper.
Yeah. Stuff in general costs less. So you still make the same amount relative, but stuff is just more expensive on the whole. There's not like that like mid-tier armor between like body blocker and like exo anymore, or like there's not like the PP, like there's not like the PP6 or whatever like mid-range. So
To get Larissa to get us some sponsorships here.
its problem is that you kind of need you need typically like sponsors start looking at you due to SCLs. So
Yeah.
Well,
that's the issue there.
Well, hopefully we can get back in on that soon.
So looking at my experience points, if we could do 2 weeks of downtime in game, I have enough that I could upgrade my protect to rank 4, which would upgrade my suit. And I figured since we just kind of made that inroads with Dark Lament, they'd be the people who I'd kind of try to get training with, basically upgrade my death suit. Narratively, it'd be me going to Dark Lament through them. But I mean, that's if people want to do 2 weeks in-game downtime.
I mean,
Is there
I
any
could
other
survive.
effect that not doing anything for 2 weeks would have, or is it just a decision we make?
So, I mean, in terms of like going places and doing things, I think that we could. I mean, like anything, probably like full on like combat related or whatever. You know, I mean, like Patch would be effectively not available for that period of time. So if I wouldn't want to do like a session without
Right.
them. But if you all wanted to do any sort of like research, looking up potentially some light asking around, like some like Discord level stuff, we could do that. So at least you wouldn't like. Basically, we could do like what do you all do in the 2 weeks in which Patch is training their protect?
And I could also hold off if we want to try to do that first, or we could try to see things. I mean, doing more research on the dude. I mean, that's the only downside of upgrading up to level 4 is you have to take 2 weeks.
Yep, it's a serious commitment.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be down with it. For narrative purposes, I guess I'll have Sabrina hold my drugs for those 2 weeks, so I don't blow through my whole.
Because I won't even touch them.
Yes. Fucking Click.
I'll hold them.
Click keeps looking at me like he wants to stab me, and I love Redcap, but he'll lose them.
No, I won't. I'll put him in my secret stash with all my other stuff. That I can't remember.
Oh yeah,
where, but...
Reggie, you need to hold my drugs. And yeah, then Detoxing for Trek will attempt to do Streetwise on whatever he can.
All right. Well, we'll cover that more in the in-game stuff. So we'll have more activity under this week, and anybody who's watching this, we can kind of catch them up. So, and I mean, like, it's y'all have been running pretty hard for like a good while now without any like real downtime. So I don't think anybody here would be opposed to like not like fucking hitting the streets. You got a little bit of cash in your pocket. Like, it makes sense that you don't, that you take that downtime while Patch is figuring their stuff out. As far as
I mean, I can also hold off until after.
No. In character, my character's a bro, and he is willing to suffer those 2 weeks so you get your magic powers. Like he's a Marine, squad first.
I'm doing this for you, bro.
Oh, I mean, we could also tie like that's what I'm saying. Like, if like anyone else gets to, you guys only need like 11 experience to bring something out.
So you want to try and like stack it up to like if anybody else wants to like hit
if
4.
If anyone else wanted to do downtime, so take downtime. If anyone else.
I haven't been saving my XP. I've been grabbing random skills in case they'd come in handy. I should probably start saving from now on.
Who has demolitions again? Maybe they can work on.
I have one, but I'm away.
I have a 1 in demolitions too, and during that 2-week time period, I will be detoxing. So you probably don't want me near wires and wire cutters.
I was just
fine. I'll get this. I'll defuse this bomb. I got it.
You did it before. Why can't you do it again?
I was on drugs then.
You're always on drugs.
So are you just are you planning on detoxing just to save money essentially, or are you like is this just?
Yes. I'm planning on detoxing to save money and basically giving my phone and drugs to Reggie.
Okay, fair enough. All right, well we can discuss the details of that in the Discord.
I'm consigning my character to 2 weeks of literal hell.
How much are your drugs?
Ultraviolence is 20, Rush is 15, and I need to take Rush twice a day.
Oh, 30.
Yeah, that's 30 credits a day.
And he's been taking hard green alongside of that, which is another 10 credits.
Yeah, I've been taking hard green, so that's gonna come up and bite me soon. I hope, DM.
Well, rush you have to take every 12 hours.
Yeah, rush I have to take every 12 hours, and that's what I'll be coming down from.
Yeah, I know.
And detox
Well,
and hating life about.
yeah, that's right. I mean, yeah, you're not addicted to UV. Jesus, UV is every 6 hours if you get addicted to it, plus every combat.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So no.
And the
No.
detox of that shit is
Yeah.
not great.
Yeah, for sure. For Shrek, it's going to be a pale, even more emaciated zombie for 2 weeks.
So it's just the rush that you have to stick to.
Yeah, he's not addicted to rush. He's not addicted to UV. He's addicted to rush.
That's 400. I can pay the 420. That's a horrible thing for a doctor character.
Here's money to support your drug addiction.
But do no harm type.
Poor guy's addicted to combat drugs, and we never get into combats.
Yeah, right.
This is technically a combat.
Yeah, I guess.
I made use of my combat drugs in that last encounter. We're good. But yeah, no. For Shrek was willing to save his money like the hard way there. So I mean, if you're really gonna put up 420,
Yeah,
credit,
I've got 600 something credits, so 420.
oh okay, you have a friend. Okay, you have a friend, whatever you need.
Well, because I would say Patrick would basically approach the people and be like, I need to go and like I've got an opportunity to go and train with Dark Lament to max out my ability to use my death suit, but we won't be able to run jobs as a squad. And
For how long?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. All right, hands, phone, and drugs to Reggie.
I really hate to do this, but I know it's part of your culture to have to take rush, right? Like,
What the hell are you saying?
I'll be willing to pay to keep.
And scene.
All right, that's where we'll end it. I'll see y'all in the pit, and then I'll see y'all back here next week. Bye bye.
Alrighty, have a good one.
See ya.